All right, welcome back from lunch. We're starting things off with Pyraminx Group 1. So on Station 1, we've got Eli Pinetto, Station 2, Dash Cannon, Station 3, Alexander Vucic, and Station 4, Sora Sato. So we've just had a soul from Dash. I didn't see what the time was, but we'll keep an eye on him for future souls. Eli Pineda, the OCR holder. No, he's not. I'm lying. This is Pyraminx. But he did have it at some point. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think.
No, he just had it for Scube. I'm
Yeah.
lying.
Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Station 1, we have Eli Pinetto getting ready to start. Oh, wait.
All right, so this is looking like a pretty blocky scramble. Looks like a false start. Yeah, it's a DNF for Eli on his first solve, unfortunately.
Sorry, it's a 4.31 on, I believe, his second.
And Eli just downsolved the time. He would have gotten a 1.7 roughly if he'd kept up the nerves. But that's all right. It's going to start off with a DNF, unfortunately.
Fortunately, Alex's display is not working. I do not know what the time was, but it did look very good.
Alex. Alex.
Five, 4 for Alex on that solve.
Okay, sorry. We're in a bit of shambles here.
On station 2, we have Dash getting ready to start. I believe their second solve.
Yep. Second solve. It's just an inspection now. It's just going to be off stream for this. We've just got some weird camera stuff going on. It's going to be 2.96. Bit of a shake of the head there, so not ideal.
Lennon to the rescue with the. Oh, wait. And it's working. Oh, no. It looks like we are getting a swap of cable to get that display working.
Okay, so here's Sora for his first solve, I believe.
Third, I'm pretty sure. I
Has
think.
he actually done two?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, this is a scuff round. Apologies, guys. Okay, Sora with a really long solution here. I don't think he's found anything good.
8.41 on that one.
All right, here's Dash for solve number 3, I believe. And Dash getting ready to inspect. So that's Dash on the left there, Eli on the right, just doing some warm-up. Doesn't look like a particularly amazing scramble. It's pretty good turning there, but a +2, unfortunately. 2.44 will come at 4.44.
Station 3 of Alex starting with 2.99.
With some,
With some
he's very expressive. He likes to make faces.
animated one.
He is. During solves as well. I don't know if that's as conscious but he loves to pull a few faces when he's really locked in, especially on big cubes and Megamix especially, which is what he's obviously known for.
I believe we missed a solve on Eli. I think.
Was that the 2.21?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're missing a lot of solves here, just because
Pair is just a fast event.
it's a fast event and we're just getting started and we're a bit behind on what solves people are getting. So
Station 4, I believe we're on solve 4 for Sora.
yeah, getting a better look at this scramble. It looks like a 3-tip scramble. 4-tip actually. And Sora with some unlucky turning on the end there. The tips, especially that back one, was just a bit of a fumble, but a 305 is not awful. No one's got their... Oh, Alex has just got his for his 4th solve, I believe, or maybe the last. Yeah, I think this is the same scramble Sora just got. So it's a 4-tip and looks a bit like it's kind of trash. Does look like a solved edge in the back though. And it looks like he did a really similar solution to Sora there and just got unlucky with the tips in the same way. Yeah, bit of a thumbs down there.
3.46 though.
So I believe it's one more solve for each. And here's Eli for solve number 3 or 4. I think it's just number 3. And here he goes. A bit of a lock up there at the very start and a fumble with the timer stop. 4 of 5. Put it down with a couple tips not solved.
Unfortunately, that time will be counting with the DNF from earlier.
Yes. And here goes Dash. He's just getting that 4th scramble now, the 4-tip. Neither Sora nor Alex did anything particularly good on this, so we'll see what Dash can put down. And it's a pretty good turning, but a bit of a long finish there with the L4E. It's going to be a 229.
We have Sora inspecting, I think, their last solve. A little bit lucky with
Oh, looks like a very short solution, but just some choppy turning there. 293 for Sora. And we're getting a little bit of a taste of some facial expressions from Alex.
Also, what's to come with 4x4 later in the afternoon.
Yes, Alex is a gun at everything N by N, except 7 by 7. He doesn't do a lot of that, but the rest of them, he's an absolute gun. 2 through 6, he's very, very good. Has a lot of NRs. I think he set a 5x5 NR average earlier. So
yesterday.
Yep, so he's carrying some momentum forward for 4x4 later on. And we're just waiting on everyone to get their final scrambles. Here's Alex with number 5. And this is looking like a 3-tip. Few pieces in good spots. So this is hopefully a pretty easy scramble. And a massive lock up there. 325. Once again, looking at us with sad eyes. Yeah.
All right, both Dash and Eli are on their last, both starting inspection at roughly the same time.
Eli straight into it. And a massive lock up there. And it looks... No, it's not a +2. Oh, 116 from Dash. Yeah, I did think that was a really short solution from everyone, but everyone kind of seemed to lock up, except for Dash, who's absolutely gunned it. 116. Best time of the round so far.
And that will wrap up Group 1 for our top 4 competitors.
So when I said Eli had OCR, so he just has NR? Or had NR?
For Terra?
Yeah.
I want to say no. I don't think he ever had it.
He never had NR.
Because we have Sebastian.
Yeah, but I feel like Eli was...
In the earlier days?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I actually want to check. We're going to fact check this, or if anyone in chat wants to correct us as well. Any of our, how many viewers? We got 35. All right. All right. Let's have a quick look. You're right. He never had N on. No, he's always been very good. He actually has two 1.92 averages and a handful of sub twos on his resume. But no, he's mainly known for being really good at Scube. He had the OCR before, of course, Max Paris took everyone by storm. Actually, but let's have a look at who we've got coming into our top 4 seeds for the next group. So in Station 1, we've got Riley Dexter, who has a 1.9 official PR average. Then we've got Emmett Hobbs, Station 2, with a 211. Then we've got Charles Handley on Station 3 with a 235. And finally, Zaid Chaudhry on Station 4 with a 255 PR mean average. Saying all the wrong things today. But it's a nice top 4. Lots of people that are on the older side, which is kind of unfamiliar for a sprint event like Piro. Normally it's kind of a younger group, but I think we've got quite a few people who are over the age of 20 sitting in this top 4.
Yep, I believe all of them are in uni. Most of them are in uni.
I actually don't know. Do you know if Charles is?
No, I'm pretty sure they're definitely younger.
Okay.
On the younger side.
Yeah, fair enough. So sorry, just getting a feel for everything. There's still a few people solving from this group, so we're yet to call for group 2. So let's check the next group while we're waiting. Let's see who else is to come. Okay, so group 3, which is not the coming group, but the one after. I've got Zichi Ding, who has a 1.78 official average, which is kind of insane. He's been a long time Paragon for the oceanic scene. Yep. We've got Miles Owen, Station 2. First Fashado, Station 3. First Fashado, who recently just took the #1 spot for Summer of Ranks average, which is absolutely incredible. Taking it off Luke Garrett, who still has the single Summer Ranks, I believe, but First now has the average. So by that metric, he is the best all-rounder in the world right now. Absolutely impressive. And then Station 4, we've got William Herring for Group 3. Okay, just a word from chat. Miles is hoping for a sub-2 average this round. Okay, well, we'll be keeping a close eye on him, seeing what he can put down. He's got a 209 official PR average right now, so right on the cusp of it. Let's check his recent results and see if he's had any close calls with it. Okay, so the 209 was actually very recent. It was 2 weekends ago in Sydney, at Cubing at the Cube. He got it in the second round. Very consistent average, actually. So he got... Okay, and he's been slowly whittling away at his PR average. So he had a 215 before that and 233 before that. It looks like he did have a sub-2 BPA in the ACT Championship final. He had counting 207 and 2 flat and got a 281 on the last. So he's definitely had some opportunities to get that sub-2, but we're hoping he can pull through today with some hopefully pretty good scrambles. That set that we just had in Group 1, they didn't seem very good. Everyone seemed to be kind of fumbling, except for that last scramble, which looked really good. And we saw Dash get a 1.16 on. So we might see a solve better than that. We might not. We'll see how we go. And I guess while we're here, we can have a look at Pyramid's Group 4. Since we have the backstages with some of the newer competitors competing right now, we'll check who's in Group 4 to see who's later to come. Oh, of course, Sebastian Lee on Station 1 with the WR2 average. Just very recently lost it to
Lincoln, right?
Lee Kun. Yeah.
From China.
Yes, but he has the second best average in the world with a 1.15 average, a full 0.8 ahead of the next closest person was Phoenix Patterson with a 209 on Station 2 for that heat. Then Jacob Joshi, Station 3 with a 221, and Ethan Stevens with a 239 on Station 4.
Please take a seat at a W table. And if you are a carpet scrambler,
sorry, just waiting for some announcements here. Can hear Keaton Ellis's voice booming in my head. Love to hear that. We might be joined by him here later for some commentary, but we're just rolling through with our Group 2 competitors now for the top 4. So once again, that was Riley Dexter, Station 1 with a 1.9 official average. Emmett Hobbs on Station 2 with a 211. Charles Hanley on Station 3 with a 235. And finally, Zaid Chowdhury. He's my friend. I can't believe I can't say his name right. On Station 4 with a 255 average. We've got all but Emmett sitting down right now. Emmett's missing in action. But
there he is.
Ah, yeah, there he is. So all the competitors are there now, getting ready for their solves. We should hopefully have a better grasp of where everyone's at. Yep, we've got the overlay up with results. So we'll have live BPAs, WPAs, every solve. You know how it goes.
All displays are working, thankfully.
And we've got 4x4 right after this, I believe. So got Riley doing some warm-up, just like Alex was in the last group. And it looks like everyone else is kind of just chilling, not doing much warm-up. Fair enough. Here is a very bursty event. You don't want to wear your fingers out too much. In Melbourne, it's 10 past 2 right now, or 2:12. All right, so Zaid Chowdhury, Station 4, getting his first scramble now, and Riley Dexter on Station 1. Probably going to keep an eye on Zaid for now, because he's probably likely to start. Yep, he's just into inspection now. I believe that's a no-tip scramble, so this is looking pretty good already.
That's at least one tip.
Oh, yeah, there is one tip. Sorry, my mistake. Just that one on top, but looking like some blocks there. Let's see what Zaid can do. 2.79, a bit of a slow start, but the L4E looked pretty well executed. Here's Riley, Station 1. Awesome, great turning there, 208. Love to see that from him. That's a great start. I'm not sure how good for him the 1.9 average is. I don't know what times he gets at home, but that looked like he was going all out with the turning there, so 208 to start for Riley. So we're just waiting on Emmett and Charles's first solves as well. And here comes Emmett, solve number 1. And Emmett's been a long time pyramid, so very dedicated to the event. It's one of the only things he practices, if I'm remembering correctly. So we should be seeing some good stuff out of him. And here we go. Some pretty good turning there. 201, so the best solve so far for that one.
And now on Station 3, we'll have Charles starting soon.
And it looks like he messed up that L4E there, maybe did the wrong solution. Incorrect one look, potentially. Yeah, shaking the head there. Really not happy with it. It's looking like that was definitely sub 2 potential with good execution and finding the right solution, but unfortunately no one's managed to get through with it. It's all right. We'll be waiting on Scramble 2 for all of our top 4 competitors now. It's nice when they all line up, so we know what everyone's doing. And it looks like we've got Zaid. Nope, not Zaid.
But presumably Zaid should be first to come out.
Hopefully. Okay, so we're going to see a replay of Emmett's solve that he just did there. Yeah, so you can see it looked like a little bit of a lockup at the very end there. But we've got Zaid going for solve 2 now. The scramble doesn't look particularly good. It's a 4-tip. And I can't see any blocks at all. So this might be a bit of a tragic scramble. Yeah, big rotation there. It looked very efficient. It looks like the L4E might have been a pretty short one, but we'll see how everyone else goes on that scramble. Bit of a wince there from Zaid. He's making crazy eye contact with me. All right, rally for solve 2. Little hand flap as he's known for. See what he can put down here. Started off with a 208. So narrowly missing out on the fastest solve from Emmett. And yeah, having another look at the scramble. I don't really think there's much going on at all. Yeah, a bit of a sad look there. Looks like he did a very similar solution to Zaid, pulling ahead slightly with a 2.24. And it looks like Charles has had an incident. Maybe the judge lifted the cover early, potentially. But he looks like he's going to be getting an extra. But we'll keep our eyes on Emmett for solve number 2. See what he can put down on this 4-tip stinker. For that overhead view.
Again, doesn't look like there's any solved blocks, per se.
Some really fast toning there, 206. And it's known for his aggressive toning style, but it is really effective when he's not nervous. He can really turn. Here's Zaid for solve number 3, I believe. Oh, and DNF. He's on the wrong L4E. Just must have misrecognized. So unfortunately, that's going to count his last 2 solves, which is not awful, but it's not going to be putting him in a good position to get a PR and beat his 255 current PR average. We're going to see a replay of Emma's solve just then. The
second solve, 206.
Yeah, and we got it in slow motion. That's pretty sick.
Very fast view and
yeah,
into the...
that L4E was really well executed. So here's Charles's extra. This should be the E1 scramble, so it's not one we've seen before. Let's see what he can do here. Look like it's not too bad. I can see an edge solved. And 2 tips, I think. But a bit of a shake of the head there, so it might not be too good. Yeah, a bit of a long solution there. 275. Here's Riley for solve 3. Some pretty good toning there. It looked like he had to do a massive regrip there, so might have lost a bit of time.
And off stream on station 4, Zaid got a... Oh, he just reset the time. I think it was a 224.
Okay. On that, on the 4th scramble?
On the 4th.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was 224. He reset it a little fast.
So his BPA might actually be PR for him. I'm not 100% sure. We can see in a second.
Yep.
But Riley with a 231 on that one.
So Zaid's BPA is coming at
Ah,
56,
so
which
it's
is
just shy of his
0.01.
PR. Just
0.01
shy.
level. Again, that is assuming he gets BPA.
Yep, we'll be seeing the last scramble from him first, I assume. So
But first, we have Emmett's third solve.
yes, so he's in pretty good position right
Oh,
now.
there is that nice green-blue block.
Looks like a pretty good scramble, and Emmett's known for his good turning. 225, so probably not. He had a little bit of a head shake there, so I think he could have done a little bit better with a bit of faster turning. But the solution looked pretty similar to Riley's, I believe. But yeah, so Emmett currently has a 211 average as his PR, and he's on pace for it if he manages to count both of those low twos. We'll see how it goes. He's very consistent right now. His aid for solve 5, so a BPA will be just 0.01 off his PR average. So, and it doesn't look too bad. It looks like there's one solved edge, maybe 2 tips.
2 tips, yep. Yellow-blue edge is solved.
And a bit indecisive about what V looks like, or maybe just the angle. And a bit of pre and post AUF there. He's not going to get that BPA.
A solid sub-3 average though, 276. Here we have Riley at station 1, starting solve 4, just currently inspecting.
And he missed the turn there a little bit. You could see his finger kind of flick and just miss the layer. So lost a bit of time there. Could have been a sub 2 potentially, but 215 is not anything to scoff at.
That will give a BPA of 2.16 and a worst possible of 2.23. Solid for Riley.
But Emmett is the one to watch right now for potential PR motion. We'll see what he can put down on this 4th scramble. Riley did just do it and got a pretty good time with a bit of an execution mistake. So hopefully Emmett finds a similar or better solution. And his turning is down.
Scramble. Looks like there is a big solve block on blue.
Okay, here we go. 202, this is good pace for him. I believe BPA is going to be a PR for him. We'll see in a second. Pretty good turning there. Looked like the stop was bordering on a little bit safe. Didn't want a +2 or anything.
All right. Meanwhile, we have on station 3, Charles on to solve 3.
253 for Charles. He is a little bit behind because of that extra situation.
All right, and back to Emmett.
And Emmett with a BPA of 203. Unbelievable. This could be a very big PR
his
for him.
worst possible average actually ties his PR.
Yep. So he's already locked a tied PR. But I'm sure that's not what he's hoping for. He's got a very tight range on it. It's only 0.24 between his best and worst solves currently. So
and Riley gets a 222, which is good, I think.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
That's going to give Riley a final average of, see in a second, 220. That's going to put him in a comfortable first so far. Emmett is the one to watch right now for a potential PR. And that last scramble looked pretty good. I don't think anyone was upset with the situation there. So hopefully Emmett can pull off a massive BPA here and pull through for the PR. Okay, here's Emmett for solve number 5.
On stream, we have Charles. For the time being, we have switched back over to Emmett. Getting ready to do solve 5.
So just a reminder, he already has locked tying his PR. So anything below a 225 is an instant PR,
Looks
and
like
his
it's,
BPA is 203.
looks like it's a 2 tips with
There is a
one
solved
decent
edge on
ball.
it, I believe. Oh no!
Oh,
It's 291, so it's going to be his worst possible average. It still does tie his PR, but he was definitely hoping for something better there. Any kind of improvement on the average. And we're just waiting on Charles's final solve. He's just on solve 4. I didn't see what he got.
didn't catch it.
No, that's okay. Getting some 2x2 warm-up from him. I believe he is pretty good at 2x2. Let's have a look. Yep, so his PR average for 2x2 is 175. Got it at Nationals earlier this year. And here's...
You mean last year?
Yeah, last year. Sorry. Forgot it's a new year. That's my bad. All right. Charles, for solve number 5. Because we missed solve number 4. We saw some pretty good times for this scramble. Riley put down a 222 at the end, I believe. And a bit of a pause there before the LSE. 269 to wrap up the average. Doesn't look particularly pleased, but it's a comfortable entry into the second round.
Alrighty, with that, I will need to hand it off to somebody because I am in this group. This
No
upcoming group.
worries. I'm also in this group, but I don't care about Pyro, so I'm staying here.
Alright.
All right, I'll catch you later, Hal. All right, so just a reminder for who we've got coming up this coming round group. On station 1, we've got Zichi Ding with a 178 average as his PR. Miles Irwin on station 2 with a 209 PR currently. Reminder, he's chasing sub 2 right now, really hoping for that. And he had a few BPAs where he did actually have the possibility of getting sub 2. So we'll keep an eye on him for this PR watch. Hopefully we've got some good scrambles. That last set seemed all right. Emmett seemed to put down some good times, tying up his PR with 211. So repeating that would be nice, getting some more good scrambles. And joining me, we've got Tyler Williams, all the way from WA, same as myself. How you going, Tyler?
Pretty awesome. Just
Good.
judged some Pyraminx.
Oh, awesome. Who are you judging?
Fiona Wang.
Ah, yes. New South Wales delegate.
Yeah. What are we looking for in this coming group? Who do we have?
We have Zichi Ding with a 178 average as his PR, and Miles Irwin with a 209 average currently. Someone in chat told me that he's currently hoping for a sub 2 average.
Yeah, I saw him doing some warm-up today. I sat next to him in 2x2.
Yep.
He's got some very, very good TPS, so definitely
Okay.
one to look out for.
Love to see that. And he's just sitting down now. He's got a cushion with him. A blue cushion.
Few competitors have things to like raise themselves up to get a better view of the cube.
Yep. We've got a lot of double stack chairs here today. Not that the tables are particularly high, but
Some people just have the preference for it, you know?
yeah. We had Phoenix Patterson sitting on his leg on top of 2 chairs. His legs were literally at the height. 3 chairs?
Three
Okay,
chairs.
I've just been told 3 chairs.
Triple stack.
Yep. So I don't know if he was.
Some new meta that's being tried out. But,
I think he might have been trolling a little bit,
yeah,
but
3 chairs is a lot of chairs.
yeah, I think it was during Scube, so I don't know if he really cares about it all that much, but yeah,
yeah.
that's all right. People do weird stuff at
And
comps
then we've
sometimes.
got so Zichi, Station 1,
Miles on
Miles
station 2,
number 1 in the world for Summer Ranks average on
Yep.
number 3, first in for Shada,
very recently.
and Will Herring on Station 4.
We've got Zichi and Miles taking their seats on stations 1 and 2 respectively.
And for those who may not be aware, what were the highlights in the other Pyraminx groups? Have we had any sort of notable results? Or
Yes. So last group, Emmett tied up his PR. Unfortunately, WPA mean average, sorry, with
it's a shame.
211. but he did tie it up. He had some really good turning. The final scramble was pretty good, but he just wasn't feeling it on the final one, unfortunately.
That's all right.
Yeah, but
Saving it for later, I'm sure.
of course,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course. The later rounds are the ones that really count.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm sure he's saving it for then. But
Yeah, Emmett's got some very, very good pyramids turning.
he does. And earlier we had Eli Pinetto, who DNF'd his first solve, and yeah, it wasn't a particularly good average after that.
Just sort of held it together for the next round.
Yeah, he'll make the next round comfortably, but I don't think
Yeah.
he was particularly happy with anything that was going on in Imperial.
Yeah, okay.
But Dash Cannon got a 116 single, which was pretty
Ooh,
impressive.
that's pretty
No one
nice.
else did anything really crazy on that scramble, so
Yeah.
it was a pretty crazy solve to get.
Yeah.
But we've got Zichi and Miles warming up right now. Furston's just taking his seat off stream.
Yeah.
And Miles receiving his cube for solve 1 now.
See
Oh,
if we
not
can get a
cube.
bit of a look at the cube. See what's going on.
It's not a cube, it's a puzzle.
It's not a cube, it's a puzzle. It's a
It's
tetrahedron.
a tetrahedron. It
It's a
is.
tetrahedron. Yeah. A lot of these top seeds will be looking for sub-2 souls, so that's definitely the marker to look out for what they would consider to be probably quite fast.
Yep.
But realistically, I would say probably anything sub-5 is what is making the next round.
Yep. So we shouldn't be seeing anything anywhere near 5 seconds from any of these
Got
guys.
2 tips on this first scramble.
And 1 solved edge, I believe. So it's
No.
actually no,
There's
there
not
isn't.
edges.
But doesn't look like an awful
But
scramble.
these top competitors, they don't need too many bars to get good times.
Massive pause there. Did a full rotation and a 409 to start off Miles. Not what he wants. We're just waiting on our other 3 top 4 competitors
Yeah.
to get their first puzzle.
And obviously, just make sure you stay tuned for the rest of Pyraminx because we have OCR holder,
And
Sebi Lee,
WR2.
WR2, Sebi Lee will be on shortly as well. Always a very exciting competitor to watch. So
It is.
make sure you stay tuned for that.
And the videos of him don't do it justice. If you see him turning in person,
It
it's
is-
unbelievable.
it is ridiculous.
It doesn't look real. It
Yeah.
looks like he's sped up.
Yeah.
He also doesn't really react. He's very nonchalant usually.
Super nonchalant. All right. We have some other competitors getting some souls, or not quite yet.
All right. So we've got Will on station 4 getting solve number 1.
And it looks like first gen also getting solved on one, but Will's inspecting here. Same first scramble. See what he can do with it. Nice turning at the start. Oh, and a bit of a
Massive pause.
Looks like it's going to
He's
be a
turned that
5 or a
back tip.
6. Yeah.
We've got
Maybe a bit of a tough scramble to start out for these competitors. We'll see how Firstian does. Firstian's always got some calm turning. 3.5.
and Zichi about to do solve 1 as
See how
well.
Vici does. It might have just been a really tricky scramble to start out with. We'll see.
Yeah, version seemed to have a pretty short solution, but just the turning wasn't really going on.
Yeah. Might have been
But
just tricky to
in
execute.
the case of Will and Miles,
We'll see
it
how
looks-
Vici does.
wow,
Wow, and a
177.
177. So that is definitely the mark to look out for these top solvers. Zichi putting on a bit of a masterclass of what to do. Yeah. High level pyramid to me has always been really, really interesting because the turning to me just doesn't make sense. It's just like
It doesn't.
very difficult to turn a pyramid quickly, and these guys just make it look so easy.
Yep,
So,
especially considering people are usually holding it by the left and right sides, and somehow they have to
Yeah.
free up fingers to move the back.
Yeah,
tip.
to do like the B moves.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
It,
Yeah.
it just looks really strange to
Yeah.
see. But some people have it, some people don't. We don't. But,
Definitely not us. Not
yep.
us. That's why we're here and they're there.
Yep, exactly.
And we have Miles looking at his second solve now.
Let's have a look at this scramble.
Another
Three
three
tip?
tips. And potentially a solved edge, I think. Can't quite see from here, but we'll see what he makes of it. Settled on orientation early. Again, most top pyramid solvers also rotationless. Oh, and unfortunately a cube drop there. Looked like a good solution, but just unlucky dropping it before that last hedge. That's a bit tough.
Here's Will, station 4, getting his puzzle for solve number 2. Started off with a 652, so not what
Definitely
we're
wants to
chasing.
pull that back a bit. There he goes with this scramble here. Really nice TPS to start.
And it looked like he
A bit of a 3-5. Doesn't still look too happy with it, so a lot of these solvers have very, very high standards for themselves. They just want to make sure they get the best results they possibly can.
as far as I know, all of our top 3 solvers are very capable of a sub 2 average. First gen being the furthest from it, but it's all right. He's still one of the best all-rounders, the
He's
best all-rounder.
The best
in the world.
all-rounder in the world as of right now.
Let's see what he can do on scramble number 3. Scramble number 2 actually. 250. So
Gershon's turning is always super, super like relaxed.
yeah, in every event he has a very chilled turning style. He's never attacking the cube like we see from people like Alex Vucic, but you know, there's different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yep, it works for some people, it doesn't work for others.
Yeah.
But Firstgen's definitely made a name for himself by having such a
Very relaxed turning style, very
Yep.
solid. It you know, you very rarely will see him have very locky turning.
Mhm.
But yeah. And Zichi, it looks like, has just got a 170, but Jeff Hobbs
is making the call on the
is
+2.
apparently
I don't know if he's allowed, but
I don't know if Jeff Hobbs is allowed to make that call, but he's definitely having a look at it and see if they can let us know what that is.
give us a wave, Jeff Hobbs.
I don't know.
And Miles with a 192, which didn't look like a +2, unlike Zichi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Zichi,
so
yeah, we just got confirmation that Zichi did indeed get a +2, yeah. Yeah, Will
And-
Herring now on his third solve. Much
good
nicer
turn,
TPS, very smooth solution, but he still doesn't look too happy with it. There's a 282. Definitely well below the marker to sort of hit that next round. Is there anything you're sort of particularly looking forward to this afternoon? Anything that the viewers...
4x4.
4x4?
I'm really excited to see 4x4.
Yeah?
It's not particularly competitive, especially at the high end. Felix is still far and away the best solver in Australia.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh.
really interesting to see who's getting close.
Yeah, I think Riley definitely
Yeah.
has made some good strides recently. I know some other people, David and Sora.
There's a
Also-
lot of people capable of some pretty good
Yeah,
times.
it'll be interesting to see who rounds out the podium. Obviously, we've got Timon, the world record holder, is a strong favorite to take it out.
Oh, of course. That's
Uh,
I forgot to mention the world record holder here. First one with
Yeah.
the 307 on solve number 3.
So he's counting that 3-0.
But yeah, I'm very excited for 4x4.
4-4 will be good. We
I
also have OH this afternoon, Elijah Laporte, the new NR holder. And I think it may be the first time that Felix, who Elijah took the NR off, will be going up against the new NR holder. So
yeah, since he lost it, it will
Yep,
be.
Yep.
So
they
that'd be
don't
very
frequently
fun to watch.
compete against each other, Elijah being in Queensland and Felix being a Victoria. But again, doesn't matter too much for some of these guys.
212 for Miles.
No reaction whatsoever.
I think he's too locked on the sub 2, so anything
Yeah.
that's not that is not going to cut it for him.
Zichi with some amazing turning.
He had a little lock up at the end there, though, with that
Still
last
at
U
1-9
move.
though.
Yep, unbelievable. That mistakes can still result in a sub 1, sub 2. My
Sub two,
apologies.
yeah. So Miles, now we're looking at his BPA, worst possible average. Pretty wide range, but both of the ends will be fine to make the next round. And I don't believe either of them will be PR, so not too
No.
many consequences on this last solve here. So he'll definitely just be going all out and sort of seeing what he can do.
Well, we're fresh off lunch, so I'm sure full bellies help some people and don't help other people.
Yeah.
So potentially,
Classic 3 p.m. food coma,
oh yeah,
forgetting how to cube time.
oh yeah, I'm half asleep right now already. Here's Firstgen, who also looks half asleep, going for solve number 4. Yeah, he is
Oh.
asleep. He's all the way asleep. No, not a gram of focus in that man. No, it's all right. 585 for Firstgen on number 4. So he's gonna count. I actually don't know what he's counting, but not some great stuff.
Got Jeff Hobbs, the GOAT runner, coming past.
All right, here's Will for number 4. 174, but a +2,
Oh, that's
unfortunately.
tough. That is tough.
That's going to be a 374, which is going to count. Well, that's going to count,
Yeah, he's going to count. So we'll be counting the 2.8 and the 3.7. And just look to not count that 6 from the first solve.
Here's Miles for his final
Miles,
solve.
Final solve. We'll see what he can do. First time anyone has seen this fifth scramble. It's a 1 tip, I think.
Yep, just the
tip.
one.
1 tip and a bar, it looks like. Actually, very blocky scramble here. 2
It
bars,
is.
yellow and blue and red, yellow.
And some big mistakes in execution there. 314 is he's
Not happy
really,
with that.
really upset. That's going to count
So
as
counting
well.
3-1, so he's got a 2.64 average.
Yeah. So probably not. It's on the worst side of his range, but definitely not anything to scoff at. He's comfortably through the next round.
Pyraminx has 3 rounds at this competition.
It does. It does.
Yeah. And I think that would even make it comfortably through to the final.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I think anything
Sort
kind
of
of
the
bordering on
range-
sub 3, I think
range
will be
that these
comfortably.
competitors will be looking at for finals. I would say maybe sub 3, at worst, maybe like 3.2 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Zichi on his last solve here. Oh no, this is Zichi's 4th.
Yes, I was gonna say
that's
that's a lot more tips than we just had.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy turning, but a
Oh,
+2.
DNF.
Oh no, it's
He was off by 2 flip.
so that one's gonna make.
So he's now going to have a counting 3.7. That second solve needs to probably be edited to about 3.7. But yeah, it was a 3.7 because he had the +2 earlier.
Yep.
So that is counting. Zichi will now need to lock in on this last solve. Just make sure that it is solved and make sure he gets through to the next round.
And Thurston wrapping up his average with a 201, which is going to give him a final average of 304. So again, not ideal, but it's comfy to the second round. So that's all that matters right now.
And Zichi is coming into this last scramble. It's a nice scramble, so he's going to face that dilemma of, is it all out, or does he take it safe just to make it through to the next round? All out does risk, could be an unfortunate DNF, but I think, Zichi has the experience. He's got the composure.
I think that last scramble just looks really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just decides to send it and go for a really good single. We've had a 116 this round so far. That's
Fastest
the best.
solve we've had.
Yep, but
Yep.
it doesn't even match the best average PR that someone at this competition
Yeah,
has,
that's
which
crazy.
is kind of unbelievable.
I think it just speaks to how good that average is.
Yep,
I think even if you speak to Seb, he'll let you know that that is a really good average for him as well.
Yep, but it's not out of the ballpark of
And
possibility.
Here we
for him.
go. Zichi looking down at the barrel of this last scramble here. Here he goes. Some good TPS and a 205.
Definitely was on the safer side with that
Yeah,
stop,
I
trying not to count anymore. Well, or not count a solve.
Yeah. But Zichi,
Wrapping up with a 193 average, which
I'll
is
probably be a bit higher than that because it was +2.
oh, of course, yes.
Yeah. The
yes.
ones I think the second solve there was a 1.7. It was actually 3.7. So that will raise the average up by a little bit, but again, still a very solid average for Zichi, making it through to the next round very comfortably. And I actually will have to leave. I am in Group 4.
Okay.
Been
Well,
nice to see you all. I'll be back at some stage, I'm sure.
Bye, Tyler. All right, so I should be getting joined by Zaid Chowdhury in a bit, but for now, I will go over what's to come in the next group. So on Station 1, we've got the second in the world, best in Oceania, Pyraminx average, Sebastian Lee, with a 1.15 PR average. On Station 2 next to him, we've got Phoenix Patterson, the 3-chair stacking grandmaster himself, with a 209 PR average. Station 3, we've got Jacob Joshi with a 221 average. And Station 4, Ethan Stevens with a 239 average. So we'll be waiting a little bit before these guys come out, as other solvers are finishing up their averages on different stages. But that's that. And following this, we'll have 4x4. So obviously what's to come in 4x4 is a lot of really cool stuff. So we have the world record holder here, Timon Koleshinsky, who will be competing in Group 3. He has a PRWR average of 1856. And then Felix Zemdex, who has the OCR with 2157. and Alexander Vucic, who has the New Zealand
I
national
will
record.
return.
Oh, hello, Hal. How did you go on Pyramix?
I actually did a horrid average until the last one. Got a PR single out of nowhere,
Bang.
I think. Let me double check.
Were you in group 2?
3.
Oh, yes, group 3. My
Yep.
mistake. Sorry, I'm lost. I was just saying I'm entering a bit of a food coma right now. Coming off the back of that lovely sushi from lunch, but
Yeah, definitely a PR single I just got. I'll take it. Oh, you want to swap? Actually, you can swap for me.
all right. So I will be getting joined by Zaid after all. Not that I don't love Hal, but I've never actually been on stream with Zaid, so this is going to be an experience. We're very good friends, but we don't actually see each other a lot on the camera. So, how's it going, Zaid?
Hey, Lockie.
Oh, there's going to be a movie.
Oh, hell no.
Okay. Oh, just a little news. Brendan Dunnigan got a 2.27 average on clock, I assume, and a 1.60 NAR single.
Yeah, I did see that. Earlier.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
crazy.
That did kick Kyle Jones out of that WR2 spot. It got
Yeah, he
yesterday.
just got a 1.61 only yesterday. So that's pretty. I can hear crowd noise now. Did you just change the? Okay. Sorry, just sorting out some audio stuff. Don't worry about us. And Volo's out of top 3 for single. That's pretty crazy. Zaid, my beloved.
Oh, hi, Titus.
So, am I good, Daniel? Cool. All right. Isn't that OCR hella old? Which one? Vapira? 115? It was about a year ago, wasn't it?
Think so?
Wait. Well, it was WR at the time.
Yeah.
But it was a while ago. But
Stands as OCR. Yeah.
yep. So obviously we have some pretty cool stuff coming right now. We've got Seb Lee on Station 1, the second best average in the world. And next to him we've got Phoenix Patterson.
Patterson, highly ranked all-rounder.
highly seated, literally. Stacked 3 chairs during Scube and also sat on his leg, so he was above the table. Does a bit of trolling, you know.
Needs that vantage point.
Does. It's a
Scube and Pyrrha solving.
yep, because
Puzzle things. Yeah.
of all things. But yeah, we'll be focusing heavy on Sebastian, and hopefully we get some good scrambles here and we can get something close to what is still an unbelievably good average, 1.15.
Yeah. And I believe he hasn't really gotten close to that since. I believe his PR2 sits around the 1.4 range. So
That's insane.
yeah,
That's pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
just shows how insane an average like 1.15 is.
And he's actually going to be getting his puzzle right now for solve number 1. So we know what to expect. Our best solve of the round so far is a 1.16, which isn't even below the average that he has as his PR, which is pretty incredible. So we'll be looking for some good stuff from him. His turning is something else.
See him warm up by spamming his RUL turns.
And being one of the best in the world, he does take his time before starting, which is incredibly valid. I would be nervous too.
And given Pyrrha is such a fiddly event, you really need that fine motor control. So calming down any sort of shaking in your hands is so necessary.
On Station 4 off stream, we just had Ethan Stevens with a 2.65. Here's Seb in inspection now for solve number 1.
Quickly making use of that.
Oh.
And, oh my goodness.
1.14 to start it off.
1.14, taking 4 seconds of inspection there just to find first solution he could. And it turns out it was a solution that was exceptional enough for a 1.1.
And that's already on his first solve. It's the best solve we've seen in this round so far. Unbelievable.
So effortless.
Here's Jacob Joshi on Station 3. for his first solve. Let's have a look at the scramble. I can't really. It's a two tip and
see
there's
a-
some bars.
I see a bar on green red there.
Yep.
2 tips in the back, so it does look pretty solid.
See what Jacob can do here. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, it looks like a 6-move L4E there.
Okay. And Phoenix off stream with a 181. So pretty good scramble to
Yeah.
start off with by the looks of it. Most or 3 of our top 4 getting a sub 2 single. And Jacob's PR is a 221 average right now, so that's putting him on good pace
Yeah.
to start off with. Same with Phoenix with a 209 PR average. And obviously Seb, he has edged out his former world record average by 0.01. So I guess if you can call that good pace, then that's what he's on. But
I'd say starting off with the 1.1 is good pace any day of the week.
yeah, good pace regardless of what he's trying to
Yeah.
achieve. I think a 1.1 is pretty incredible. What is that in the world, like for a single? It'd be top 20, right?
I am close to being knocked out with a 112.
Of top 10?
Top
Of top 20?
100.
Oh, 100?
Not
Really?
for single, yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, what am I saying? It's alright, guys. I don't know my Pyrrho. I don't have ball knowledge like that. What's... Okay. Well, Phoenix, as usual, is up to some shenanigans. He's got a Subway cookie box, I believe, as his
That's
Pyramix
diabolical.
cube cover.
Oh
Let's have
my
a look at this
goodness.
second scramble, though. That's what I'm more focused on, to be honest. It looks like a 3-tip, no visible bars.
Yeah, no bars there, so he's gonna have to. Oh,
And some pretty unfortunate turning there
yeah.
with a 319.
Seems he did his V on the front and rotated.
As you do.
I mean, I do that sometimes, to be perfectly honest.
So do I, but I'm bad. So I don't know if that says something about us or something about him.
Probably both, probably all of us, to be honest.
Yeah. But I think the only time you can get away with doing that is if you're Seb Lee. That's it. That's it. You can do whatever you want when you're him.
Except Seb just doesn't rotate, so
Yeah, he doesn't need to. Because he
Doesn't
can
need
turn
to.
the B move. He can turn the B face like it's an R.
yeah.
Here's
And
Ethan Stevens for
Even
solve number
Stevens,
4.
station 4. Unfortunately,
Oh.
couldn't catch that on stream, but he got 264, very consistent.
And it looked like he had the entire puzzle solved minus 2 tips at about 1.5. So he took a whole second to do those last 2 tips. So that could have
Unfortunately,
been a lot better, but that's all right. He doesn't look too upset about it.
Couldn't see well from this angle. We've got Seb, who's received his cube and is again taking his time to warm up.
And off to inspection now. So this is the 3-tip scramble from earlier. Like we said, there's no bars on this, so it's not visibly good, but
Taking his time to look for an angle, and it seems he's still
indecisive.
deciding.
Yeah. So this is probably not going to be anything crazy. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
2 looked as
So
well.
looked- So
Yep.
2.1, that doesn't seem to be a very kind scramble at all, to be
Yeah.
very honest.
Bit of a wince there, but we've got Phoenix going for solve number 3 now, I believe.
Second, yeah. Second for Phoenix, so same scramble. Yeah, and he's DNF that one. So still a 3.1 regardless of that DNF. So
Is this his second? I swear he did a solve before he had the cookie box. Okay, but anyway,
it might
Jacob
be.
Jacob
That
with a
might be correct.
342 off stream. Bit of a sad look there, so I don't think it's what he's
Yeah.
chasing. And we've got Ethan Stevens for solve number 3 as well.
Yeah, so far the only really above average scramble we're seeing so far in this round is the first run.
378 for Ethan.
Ooh, looks to be on the border of +2.
It looks like a +2 from there, but I'm not sure. Just get confirmation from the judge, hopefully.
Seb is trying his hardest to lock in right now.
Yeah, he's got his ears blocked. He's got his eyes down. Okay, we're not gonna find out if that was a +2 or not,
Yeah.
but it did look like it was from where I was sitting. Here's Phoenix Patterson for solve number 3 or 4.
Solve 4 question mark?
Yeah, we're not too sure. That's all right. He has a DNF.
Oh, this...
This is a new scramble, so I think it is scramble
Yeah.
4.
Also a 3-tip with no visible bars, but he did find a decent solution on that.
254 for solve number 4.
And again, 2.5 is really solid, so...
The fact that Sebastian can get a 2.1 with a massive pause and 2 looking, it's just... What?
I wouldn't even say the pause was that massive, though. It was just like...
It
looked
looked
like-
massive in the scheme of his
Yeah,
turning because
but it
he
looked-
stopped turning. That's a massive pause. in
It
my
looked
eyes.
like he recognized that
Yeah,
just with that time that he got.
yeah, which is unbelievable because Pyraminx is not the easiest event to recognize, especially when it's so quick. And there's, all you have to work with is a few random little lines that connect. Here's Ethan for solve number 4, sorry.
Or struggling on those tips once
Oh.
again. Yeah.
It's a similar story as that first solve where he was kind of taking his time with solving those tips. But here's Seb getting ready for his third solve now. He has a 1.14 and a 2.18 so far. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to pull something crazy here, but he doesn't want to count that to
Yeah.
18. Oh, look at that. That's a new camera angle. We haven't seen that one before, but that looks really cool. Okay, here we go. And very quick inspection there. A bit of a pause
Oh,
there on the
Yeah,
AUF.
he fumbled those last couple of moves a little bit and is not happy with that. Seemed like it could have been definitely in that low 1 range, so
It's very unfortunate. He looks pretty shaken. But hopefully he can pull it back and pull this to a mid 1.5 average. Or like a mid 1 average. That's what I meant. Here's Phoenix for solve number something. Probably his last.
probably his last, yeah.
And we haven't seen this scramble before, so
Well, is this
I think
it's a 3-tip. 2. 2, yeah.
yeah, it's a 2-tip.
Got there eventually. Oh,
Pretty good turning.
yeah, 207. Not bad at all. Jacob is received his third, it seems.
And Ethan,
And Ethan finishing up.
and again, he likes to take his time on those tips, fully rotating and solving them with his wrists,
I
which
think-
is unconventional.
I think it might be just the fact that he's used to the older hardware and usually doesn't use his fingertips as much as the more recent Pura solvers do.
Yep, that could be. But Jacob with a 242 as well, so
Pretty solid.
pretty solid. It's not on bad pace. His current PR average is 221, so I don't think that gives him much of a chance of getting close to his PR. But
Yeah, especially with what we've seen from these last 2 scrambles.
yeah, it doesn't look like anything crazy. Maybe that last one didn't look too bad. It was a 2-tip, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yep, 2 tips.
Okay, so Jacob still has 2 more solves to do, and Seb has also 2.
Unfortunately, we have seen a bit of a shortage in scramblers for these past couple groups, so I guess it's understandable why these last 2 on the remaining stations 3 and 1 are taking a bit extra time to receive their puzzles.
That's all right, though. Unfortunately, there's a lot more people who are able to scramble 3x3 and 2x2 than there are who can comfortably scramble Pyraminx. It's just not as mainstream of an event, so it does tend to run a little bit more slowly. But that's no worries. We get to chat in the meantime. But here is Seb's solve number 4.
So he is currently counting a 1.85.
I love that angle. That's so cool.
Yeah. We get to see his insanely fast turning up close. Right. Again, taking a second to pick an angle for this scramble, but he's going to take those two. Oh, it did look, it was barely going to +2 there, but thankfully,
Was it that back tip that was almost
Yeah,
unsolved?
yeah, but
yeah.
thankfully it was barely saved.
And we're looking at a head shake about a 1.3, which is ridiculous to think
Yeah.
about.
We're seeing that right now. Yep, that table saved it barely. Usually with the unfortunate tale of many table +2s.
It does happen in Pyramix. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
if you want to be a viable top player, you need to have your magnets very, very weak on your tips so you can flick them with barely any force. But unfortunately, that also means the table can apply any kind of force to the
Yeah.
puzzle and it's going to turn a tip. So just be very careful when it comes to that.
Yeah, thankfully he got just the slightest bit bailed out there. But yeah, that absolutely insane how he wasn't impressed with himself for that solve.
Yeah.
Considering it didn't even look too bad at all. I guess he might have felt that the tips were slightly fumbly, hence the back one being
A little bit
a
unsolved.
little bit unsolved. Yeah.
Yeah. But his BPA is not even bad. It's 1.43, which is still a decent average
Yeah.
for him in the grand scheme of things. We know he's capable of a lot better, but the fact that he can still
Yeah.
pull through with that after getting 2 shaky solves with that 2.1 and that 1.8. So let's see if he can pull through on the last tier. A BPA would be great. This last scramble looked like one of the better ones in the set.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he can do.
Though 1.14 to get a BPA does ask a lot. It's something that is definitely within the realm of possibility for Seb. And we do see a bar on this for green blue. And yeah, he counts at 1.19 just like that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So that's going to give him roughly a 1.46 average, 1.45.
Yeah. So
So an incredibly good average. He had an observer over his shoulder there for the solve.
yeah.
Yep, you can. Wow, look at that.
Just a bit unfortunate that the first solve was a bit shaky in terms of that ending. But
And Jacobs
Yeah.
just had some kind of situation. He got a 2.17 on that last solve. So I think he might have just missed out on PR. I don't know what he got on number 4, but he might have just missed his PR average there.
regardless, still pretty solid performance all round.
All right, so that wraps it up for our top 4 competitors for this group. But we're actually moving on to 4x4, which we have some big stuff coming for 4x4. Lots going on. We have Alex Vucic.
Current New Zealand NR holder.
He is, and he has a PR average of 23.20 seconds for 4x4. In Station 2, we have Riley Dexter, who is one of the favorites to eventually take the national record off of Felix, the OCR off Felix. My apologies. Say Stations 3 and 4.
Stations 3. Liam Hydacek on Station 3. A Cuba from New South Wales, known for being one of the only Australians to use OPA, All Parity Avoidance.
Only person at the top, as far as I know. I know of people who have used it, but I don't think many people get to his kind of speed
Yeah.
using OPA.
Obviously, you have people like Ari Rander's person, who is pretty much known for popularizing that method.
Yep.
And
Nose even. There's a lot going on.
You can just look at his hip fingers, how aggressively he turns, and if he's really trying to push for something good, you'll see the energy that he puts into that turning.
Absolutely. 4K Alex goes hard. Okay. Yeah, it does. It does. What is he doing? I don't think he understands how high quality this camera is. It's pointed at him right now. He's been caught in 4K doing something or other.
Little does he know.
Little does he know. But Yeah, we'll be looking for Alex. I think is capable of beating this. I've watched him drop like
Yeah,
20 flats,
absolutely.
which is and yeah, he's a different beast.
Yeah.
His turning is out of this world in terms of aggression, but he's really really accurate somehow.
Unfortunately, Alex is one of those competitors who doesn't really quite get the results that he would like to see in competition.
Yeah, he's often disappointed with rounds. Like afterwards, he'll come up to me and be like, "Oh, I got a national record," or "Oh, I got an OCR, but it was trash."
Yeah,
Like,
but it could have been like 2 seconds better.
yeah, and it's especially that case with Mega Mix.
Yeah.
He has a lot of things to
Yeah.
say, and he's giving us a little heart right now. We'll do it back. But
I
yeah,
love that guy.
He'll be the one to watch for this group.
Yeah,
But we have some even more exciting people. No offense to him, coming up after this. We've got Felix Zamdegs,
Of
the
course.
GOAT, with the OCR average of 221.57.
Emmanuel
and-
Cao from Singapore.
Yep,
as
and
well.
Emmanuel Cao from Singapore. And then in Group 3, we have none other than Timon Koloshinsky with the world record average that he recently got in
Last
South
week.
Korea.
Yep.
But yeah, looking forward to seeing all of that. And Alex is getting his cube now for his first solve, as well as Phoenix. But we'll probably want to focus on Alex for now, as he is obviously always on watch for breaking NRs. New Zealand NRs, that is. Off to inspection now. And let's have a look at the centers here.
Yeah, they
Nothing
don't
really
seem to
good.
be any bars for centers. White
Alex-
or yellow.
Alex is a white and yellow
Yeah.
Yao solver, so when there aren't any bars, usually the start's not going to be amazing, but he's off the
Yeah.
edges now, moving through centers
That
really
looks
quick.
like
A
about
good flip
3
time.
seconds first 2 centers, but he has brought it back for those Yao edges and centers there.
He's on to 3x3 stage now, making good progress. Looked like he was doing some pseudo stuff there, which is pretty cool.
And
He's going to have OLO parity,
parity.
unfortunately. And PLO parity. Yep, unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 27.81 to start off with, which is not ideal for him, but double parity is always going to
Yeah.
bring that time up by a few seconds.
Yeah, 4x4 is known for being a notoriously volatile event just for the reason of double parity existing. So,
Which is why methods like OPA, which Liam Heidechek uses, have kind of started to make a bit of
Yeah.
headway. It's just the prospect of potentially saving a few seconds by avoiding that really long algorithm that you have to do at the end of the solve.
yeah, making that average a lot more consistent in the long run as well. You see him tracing. He traces for an odd and even parity, depending on what he traces in the wings, and he executes up to his third Yao center, and it does an extra slice depending on if he has odd or even parity, and that basically at that stage fixes the parity state.
Which is kind of incredible to think that instead of doing something like a 16 move algorithm, I think OLO parity is, you
Yeah.
can do an extra 2 moves at most and save yourself that entire algorithm later. And look at that, he has actually messed up, so he did get OLO parity, unfortunately. So that would be either a mistrace or a mixed execution. And he did a ZB at the end there to get a 35.05, which he looks pretty disappointed about.
Unfortunately, not the best showcase of.
Riley with a
OLO parity.
22.95 to start off with, which
Oh
is
my goodness.
incredibly good. That's well under his PR average.
And another showcase of what times you can get when parity doesn't hinder yourselves.
Yep. When luck's a factor, there's a lot of variance.
Yeah.
So yeah, he looks pretty happy with it. I don't
Yeah.
see him smile very often, but he's got a bit of a grin right now. So good to see that.
Yeah. Similar to 3x3, 4x4 is just one of those events where you need to be very locked in for that short burst of time that you're solving.
None of our top solvers have their puzzles currently, but everyone's done solve 1. So just to recap, got Alex, who got a 27.81, and Riley, who got a 22.95, Liam Heidechek with a 35, and I believe Phoenix Patterson got a 33.
Yeah.
So
32, 33 looks around there.
Yeah. So good solve from Riley, solve from Alex, and not really good solves from either Phoenix nor Liam.
Liam.
But like I said, Riley is one of the favorites to eventually take OCR.
OCR 303 average.
OCR 3x3 average and eventually 4x4. I think he's working his way down. He's improved a lot.
Not Alex as the favorite.
I said one of the favorites. I think they both are. They both are. Alex is closer for sure, but Riley's one of the favorites definitely.
Though Riley's current focus is very much on 3i3.
Yep, as we can see.
And
from
one-handed.
his- Yep, as we can see. But his Phoenix is solve number 2. He has a very burst oriented turning style. So we'll see a lot of really fast turning followed by a small pause. So he's not as flowy as someone like Riley is, but he's making good headway in this solve. Overload parity and a quick kind of fake ZB.
No,
Yeah. Okay. 29.45 for Phoenix. He's not too happy with it.
with double parity is not something to shake your head at all.
No, his PR average is 28.60.
Yeah.
So within a second, having
Yeah.
the most unlucky case you can get is still nothing to be scoffed at. Here we have both Alex and Riley solving. Alex is in his solve, and Riley's just starting now. But Alex is looking on pretty... it's not ideal pace, I don't think. Although he's making really good progress with 3x3 stage. He's got no OLO parity, and PLO parity he does have with a 23.66.
23.6, not bad at all, but he did seem a bit disappointed given that the first half of the solve.
Yeah, and with no OLO parity, I don't think that's the times he
Yeah.
is hoping to get. But Riley's not doing too well with this solve. He didn't get OLO parity, but he did get PLO parity. 30.51, big shake of the head there, so he's not happy. We've got Liam on station 3, tracing. Hopefully he doesn't make the same mistake he made last time with mistracing or maybe misexecuting and getting OLO parity.
Especially when you do take your first few turns a little slower just to make sure you are keeping track of your parity state. You don't want that to add up with the time it takes to execute all the parity. And he does successfully do it this time with finishes with a 27.3. And it did seem he used a Soon ZB to finish there.
Which is a bit risky.
Yeah.
Because Soon ZBs, they do have the little artifact of when you use the front block, you can often neglect the edges at the back and the
Yeah.
right. So you sometimes misrecognize and you have PLO parity and you don't realize. But
He seemed pretty confident. in
yeah,
that
he did.
last
And
layer, yeah.
on his last solve, he also did a ZB to finish the solve.
I believe he knows full ZB.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. No one's solving currently. But we do have Riley doing some one-handed practice, which is the next event to come. Guess we can quickly have a peek at what we're hoping for there.
He's
So, you think-
Definitely hoping for a PR in that event. I know that for sure.
yeah,
100%.
100%. We know he's capable of NR.
Yeah.
It's not happened yet, but he can definitely pull ahead of Elijah with a really good set of solutions.
It is one of the more contested records in Australia, I'd say.
100%. And I think even Felix can pull it back
Yeah.
if he really locks in. He hasn't done anything particularly outstanding in one-handed recently, as far as I know, but he obviously did have the record up until Elijah took it. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to grab it back. But Riley, I would say, is the favorite to steal it, if not Elijah.
Yeah. Riley has just received his third solve.
So Riley's sitting on a 22.95, which is a really good solve for him, and a 30.51, which is not ideal. So we'll be wanting to get significantly under that 30. Alex also receives his cube on station 1. So we'll see both of them solving side by side. Probably Riley finishing up shortly after Alex starts. Riley with a few big pauses there onto edges a little bit late, I think.
Something I
And-
do remember about Riley from last year is that he nearly became state champion 4x4 versus Felix. So
24.88 for Riley, which is again under his average. So he's well on the way to a good PR.
a bit of a lucky F2L.
And
those
another
F
Olo
moves,
parity.
Yeah, for Alex.
And PLO parity as well. And a
And
plus
plus
two.
two.
Yeah, it's gonna put him in a really
yeah.
bad position for the
That's
rest of the
counting
average.
his 27 from his first solve. So yeah, definitely puts him out of the realm possibility of breaking his current national record average. Yeah.
But Phoenix finishes with a 30.83 on station 4 for his third solve. Or I think it was his third, yeah. And we've got Liam underway with his solve, his third solve.
Oh, a bit of a pause in that edge pairing.
And he looks like he's getting to 3x3 stage a little bit late
Yeah.
at about 22 seconds. And a ZBLS to skip Olo and no PLO parity. Okay. We have Riley's cube for his fourth solve. So currently we have a 22, a 24, and a 30. Was it 30?
For
For Riley.
Riley, yes, it was 30.
Okay. So currently he has 2 solves better than his PR average. So on pretty good pace, as long as he doesn't fumble this solve here. But he's very fluid turning onto edges in good time. But taking his time through edges a little
he's
bit.
rotating a bit to find some pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onto 3x3 stage now, but it's not looking like good pace. Olo parity. And a ZB to finish it off. 25.15. He's still on good pace despite the slow finish. And here's Alex in inspection now. His display doesn't seem like it's working, but we'll keep an eye on his solve. Dan. Dan, can you put it on Alex? Station 1. I'm not going to be too sure what this time is here. Yeah, it's a head shake, so I'm not thinking it's anything sub 25. Luckily, no all-up parity this time. But yeah, he's really upset with it. Okay, so
26.
we got confirmation that he got a 26-second solve. Not sure what the decimals are, but it's probably not. Oh, we're about to see it, if David can actually plug it in. But anyway, over on stations 4 and 3, we've got Phoenix, who finished with a 30.90 for his fourth solve, and Liam Hadacek, who is just doing PLO now for a 30.57. And the solve that Alex got just then when his timer wasn't working, it was a 26.21. So yeah, big shake of the head there. And he had no parity, so really not the solve he wants there. But we've still got Riley on really good pace. He's going into his final solve now. Dan. And here we go, Riley. He has a BPA of, well, I don't know. I can't see his
Yeah, we
times.
can't see the
But
times.
he does have a PR BPA. And I think he only needs about a 26 for a PR. Oh, wow.
PLO all at 20. PLO at
I don't know.
25.
I don't know
Oh.
if it's PR. It might be.
I might be really, really solid regardless.
Still needs more helpers. Couple of judges want to
Yeah, we just got confirmation that that was PR. I'm not quite sure what the average is, but it does beat out his previous PR of 25.51. Very well done from Riley. He's getting some high fives
High
there.
fives from his girlfriend there.
Lovely. All right. And over on station 4, we've got Phoenix and Inspection now. I'll switch to A10. And this is pretty good pace from him. A bit of a fumble there with that last cross edge.
Oh, and it's looking to the back to find some extra pieces, and he's pausing a lot, so...
Oh, the edges are
Yeah.
not looking good. Yeah, he had a really good pace going into that, finishing that yard auction at around 10 seconds. But yeah, Olo parity as well. Yeah, this is not going to be ideal. And 31.68 to round out his average.
Gave a little look to Jeff there to say, this isn't good.
You know it's bad when mid-solve you're acknowledging that the solve was bad.
Yeah.
But as we're wrapping up this round, we're actually going to get Riley to come and commentate for us, along with Michael Tripodi, our favorite Australian commentator.
I believe it's going to be Riley and Felix, I've been told.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Change of
So-
plans. Awesome. Well, seems like Felix is in Group 2, so he won't be.
Is he?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's Riley, then Felix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be Riley and Michael, and then Felix and Michael consecutively. All right. So Alex for his final solve. Looking at the pace here, it looks okay.
We're at about 10
Yeah.
seconds.
10-second yard auction.
Yeah.
The edges are pretty good, finishing at about 15 seconds.
So this doesn't look too great.
And yes, Olo parity
Olo
again.
parity,
That's 4
yeah.
Olo parities in this average, which is really unfortunate. And PLO parity
Yeah.
as well. That's a lot of parities. And 26.46.
Unfortunately, just all around bad luck with those parodies and not the greatest finishes to his solves
Yep.
with the edges and 303 stage. So
It's really unfortunate that he's gotten a 26 on a solve with double parity and a solve with 0 parodies. It's just kind of he's doing something. I don't know what
he's trying to
saying,
sign
be
us his times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and he's moved to judging Emmanuel, who is one of the people in the next group. But for now, we will hand it over.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Good.
Okay.
Okay, we're not going to be getting
Alright.
Riley on just yet. We'll be getting him
Awesome.
on for Group 3.
I am going to sub out for Michael for now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wait. I want to draw
And suddenly we're right back where we started off the live stream.
Ah, you know, it always comes back to this. It always does.
There's nothing like a Michael Tripodi, Lachlan Stevens powwow on the microphones.
I just love commentating with you because I can just kind of sit and observe and get a masterclass of what it actually sounds like to know what you're talking about.
So Felix is spinning cube right now, and I think he's good.
He turned fast. Oh wait, this is actually a solve. This is an official solve. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
We're commentating over this very official Felix Index solve.
Okay, well, he's holding the cube pretty low, but from what I can see, he's doing Olo parity right now at around 23 seconds, which is pretty poor pace for him, to be honest. And 28 with double parity.
See that PLL recognition? That was like instant,
I didn't.
and also with the parody.
I didn't actually see it, to be honest.
It was pretty crazy.
He
I
might
wonder
have-
if he just like does the two-sided PLL recognition and then just does it, and then like figures out what the PLL parody is if he has it.
See, you can't do that because you might give yourself edge parity, and then that sucks.
Yeah, but I don't know. What's the trade-off like? Do you
Well,
just have to like figure out which parody PLL you have and then give yourself edge, or do edge and then give yourself a good PLL?
no, you would try to force. You would either do an algorithm that like one of the PLOP algorithms, or you would do opposite parity before or after a good PLO.
Okay.
That's usually how it goes.
My standard order of operations is that I recognize it and then I cry.
Yep. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Here's a manual practicing 7x7. He is known for that, being very good at big cubes.
I remember that WR2 average that he got, which I believe is still second in the world. I could be mistaken though. Like, came out of absolutely nowhere.
For
Like, I think-
7x7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was absolutely crazy. I like, obviously he's a name that like you see around, like he's made worlds finals, I'm sure, and all that sort of stuff. But like, but then, yeah, like just before Worlds last year, he comes out and then like knocks out like a 142 mean, I think. It's like absolutely crazy. And then you look and it's like, oh, that's actually PR by like over 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
But like he's the kind of competitor who can knock out those good times, and it's nice to see them make the journey up. Hopefully, he's hopeful to make those that head-to-head final that we've got later on.
Oh, it's
Or
third in the
building
world.
up to tomorrow.
Fourth in the world now, 141.
Oh wow!
But
So
here's
when did this happen?
here's Felix in inspection for solve number 2. We'll focus on the event at hand while we can.
That's a great call.
No, it's all right. We can add stuff in between, but for now we've got the OCR holder Felix Zemdegs with a PR average of 21.57 onto his second solve after a pretty rough 28.60 to start off. He's looking on a bit of rough pace here as well, with his edges taking some time, but he's on to 3x3 stage now. Another Olo parity, but he is on much better pace and doing a Pi ZB, I believe. Well done, 24.78.
Elite stuff there. Felix has not PR'd in 4x4 since 2021
Unbelievable.
at Altona Algorithms, which is unfortunately a now defunct Victorian Series comp.
Oh, it doesn't happen anymore?
Does not happen. I think the original venue is not for hire anymore. So
Oh, it burned down? No. We've got Sora Sato on station 3 going for solve number 2.
and yeah, Sora. We touched on Sora a little bit earlier, as he is one of these competitors who's he's always been there or thereabouts, but particularly in the last year, has just had a massive skill boost in the big cubes, 3x3, all of the above. You know, your N by Ns. Had a national podium in Pyraminx, I believe, in 2022 down in Perth.
In Perth, my
Um,
hometown.
And then, yeah, didn't have another one until last year, where I think he podiumed in 5x5 at the very least, probably 6x6 and maybe 7 as well. 28.85 there for Sora.
We've got Manuel also doing his second solve now over on station 2.
Yes. So Manuel, he's on his 3x3 stage now, around about where you'd expect him to be. 25.88, how's the penalty? I think that's okay.
good,
That
yeah.
looks good from here. It's good by the towel, but like it's a little bit off. Definitely not that 45 degrees though, so I think we should be okay. 25.88 there for Emmanuel.
And we missed the end of Andy Gong's solve there, but it was a 25.70, I believe. 25.70, putting him on pretty good pace to potentially break his PR. Did not see what his first solve was, though. I think we're missing a few solves just due to the shambles nature of the start of this round. But Felix on for solve 3 now. So he's currently got a 28 and a 24. A few pauses there during his Yao centers, and a bit of a big pause there before edges, but he's flown through them onto 3x3 stage now.
Sub
And-
20 on the cards, so sub 21, yeah, 20.38.
Finishes
So
off
the-
with a TZB and a fist pump from the legend himself.
Yeah, he saw the little smirk. I'm sure he would have loved a sub 20. Not sure how long it's been. I'm sure he's had one recently enough, but yeah, that's still a pretty nice solve for Felix. Yeah, had one at Worlds actually, a 19.2.
What?
He came 5th in that round actually, the first round of the World Championships last year.
I can't believe his average is 13th in the world now. I swear it was like second at the time.
Yeah,
To
prob-
Max.
I think it might have been third.
To Max and
Sebastian.
Sebastian, of course. Yes.
But yes, I am very familiar with that particular average. I was at that competition. I was scrambling that round. Did not scramble.
Was this Altona?
This was Altona. Yep.
Yeah.
I was scrambling that round. I did not scramble the OCR single that he got in that round. That was Jonathan Starkey's work.
Okay.
Who unfortunately does not compete anymore, but he was a familiar face around the 2021, 2022 kind of era, and a bit before then too.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, very fond memories, and I can confirm he scrambled correctly,
Love to hear
as you'd
it.
hope.
You would
It
hope.
Still stands on the website. Now, what's happening with Emmanuel here? Oh, Emmanuel's doing 7x7. Never mind.
As he does.
He might actually be doing 6x6 because 7x7 has already happened. That would make more sense.
6x6 is tomorrow, isn't it?
6x6 is tomorrow. 2 groups, straight finals.
Wow.
That'll be after the second rounds of 3x3 and 2x2. Alrighty, so yeah, Felix on station number 1 again. We apologise, we don't have our score bug functioning at the moment. We are working to get that fixed up.
But we do know he has a 24, a 28, and a 20 currently. So, bit of a range there, but nothing that really puts him in any real possibility of breaking that OCR average. Although this starts
Where's the
looking
flip at about 8 or so.
pretty good pace, I think. Edges. He's messed up his edges there. It's gonna
unfortunate.
set him back a bit.
Uses the com to fix those last 2 edges. Has
And-
the PyZB knowledge, parity, and then re-recognize. But he knows it.
Lovely. He got the Pi ZB in the end.
Don't know what the strategy is if you're doing ZBLL. Do you have to memorize which ones of those give you edge as well?
You have to know two-sided recognition from opposite angles to be able to accurately recognize it, or at least know what bars should be where.
Right.
So there's some cases where I know it and some cases where I don't know it. But
Yep.
for the ones I don't know it, I have no clue. Like you really don't know until you do it, which is why I've unfortunately DNF'd a lot of solves by doing a ZBLL and not realizing I had parity. But here's Emmanuel doing his third solve now, I believe. He's flying through.
Moving at rapid pace, looked like.
And a bit of a pause there before he goes on to LSLL. OLO parity as well. It's a bit of a fumbly execution there on his OLO parity and his PLL for a 27.94 on solve number 3. Sora gets a 28.77 off camera.
Well, how's your competition day been so far, Mr. Lockie?
I
Have you gotten up to any good times, any mischiefs?
No, actually. My 3x3 round was particularly uninteresting. I got a normal average for myself, and 2x2 I got a worse than average average, but nothing to cry about. It's not earth-shattering, not making second round kind of averages. But how about you, Michael? I know you had some success in 3-blind early this morning.
Yeah,
Your first
I managed
time with the average of 5 format.
Yeah, I managed. Well, see, it's already paying off, isn't it? First round with the average of 5 format, I got myself a nice cheeky little PR single on solve number 5.
Yep.
So I definitely wouldn't have gotten that scramble in a mean of 3 rounds. It's actually my first 3-blind PR since 2022.
Wow.
So I'm very happy to
Awesome.
kind of get that one out of the way. But hopefully that one doesn't last me another 4 years or 3 years and a
Yeah.
bit.
I'm personally really a fan of the new format. I think it gives top competitors a chance to do a lot more solves, and it costs very little time in terms of organizing. Like you're getting 5 solves in the same time that it takes one inexperienced competitor to do 2 solves potentially.
Yeah. I did also find it, like, now that it has changed to a best of 5, it does make a lot more sense now. Because, like, I think in, like, Worlds finals, like, even Megaminx or something like that has 5 solves, and that takes, like, 20 seconds. Or, like 5x5, for example, it takes, like, 40 seconds to solve.
Yeah.
At the top level. And 3-blinders are taking, like, 15. They only get 3
Exactly.
solves. What's the deal? No, I'm especially a much bigger fan of the format now that Charlie's proven that he can get WR with it.
Yeah, on his
I was,
first time doing it.
I was a little bit little bit sad for him because I know he was chasing mean of 3 rounds to try and get that world record before it switched to average of 5, but in the end it just didn't matter anyway. He just got WR with it anyway.
I feel like he's on pretty good pace here for another 20 maybe. Oh, with PLO parity at the end, he's gonna lose it a little bit with a 21.
It's a pretty solid counting time, 21.6. His OCR average is a 21.5, so unfortunate to just get the 1 counting time around that mark, but it is a sign for the future. We know that 4x4 is an inherently pretty volatile event, so there are signs that if the luck goes his way, maybe there's another potential PR average on the cards. There's a manual in inspection. It looks like there's a pen mark on his cubes, so I think they're going to call for a delegate there.
You could see that from here?
Well, it looked like he was trying to scrape something off.
Oh.
So I think that would probably be the most likely thing, is just pen marks from the scorecard. So that's happened to me before, and you know, it's nothing a bit of hand sanitizer can't fix. Nail polish remover. That if you're into the real heavy duty stuff.
I personally just dip the entire cube in hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And just like rub it with a tissue from all sides, and it eventually just don't do that.
So
For anyone who might have taken that seriously, don't do that, please.
Lachlan Stevens sits on a bed of lies.
I do.
You
I
best
do.
not listen to Lockie.
I try to tell the truth as best I can when it comes to people's times, but other than that, don't trust anything I say. I'm often wrong, and I'm often lying on purpose.
That could be a lie, though.
I don't think that...
It's a manual. No, manual's still practicing. We've got Sora on station number 3 doing an official attempt.
You can't really see Sora's cube from this angle, but that's all right. We can try to make a guess at where he's at based on how his hands
with the
are moving.
naked eye, we can see some things.
Yep.
Don't know how useful those some things are that we're seeing though.
No.
28.5. That's the all important deciding factor.
What the final time is. It
Yes.
doesn't really matter how you got the cube solved. It's just how long it took.
Exactly, you got it done, and that's what matters. Alrighty. As that group of 4x4 is wrapping up, still a couple of solves left to go, but a bit of excitement for the next group. We're going to be doing a double swap. Going to have 2 people on stream who we have not seen on the headsets yet
Very exciting.
this competition, but we've got the one and only, the man you've just seen on your screen, Felix Zemdegs, is going to be joined by Riley Dexter for a little bit of a powwow. Would be nice to get them both on the stream, maybe get their thoughts on what the new head-to-head finals is going to be like, what they're expecting, what they're hoping for.
As 2 people who will almost definitely be there, I really want to hear what they have to say about it.
Oh yeah, for either of them not to be making it, it would definitely be somewhat of an upset. We're expecting at least one of them is probably going to make it into the final 2, let alone just the finals themselves. So
Absolutely.
very keen to see how that all unfolds. So you better stay tuned for that, and then stay tuned as well, obviously, head-to-head finals tomorrow. We've got 2 standard rounds of 3x3 before then, though, so 4 rounds of the competition, and then obviously we've got our inaugural first ever, won't want to miss it, WCA sanctioned head-to-head.
Love to hear it.
Happy days. Well, I think we're going to go for the switch now. So we'll love you and leave you. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating with you again, Lockie. We will see you another day on the stream.
Yep.
We will actually
Later
see
on.
you.
Oh, I'll be there for one-handed.
Yeah, OH Group 1.
Oh, with Cheggins. Oh, that'd be awesome.
We've got guests after guests after guests. Got the Felix Riley Power Hour, and then Cheggins on after that. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Take chair. Right. Is that live? Oh, it is live. He's only done 2 solves. Oh. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Riley Dexter making his stream debut. Viewers, this is a very special occasion. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Timon up next. Very exciting.
Ooh, exciting.
Okay. Riley, do you want to introduce yourself to the stream? People know you.
Sure. I'm Riley. You probably just saw me do 4x4 in group 1. I did well. That was good. How did you go, Felix?
I had counting 28, 24, and 21. So I got a 24 average.
Okay, nice.
But I knew what I was doing wrong, and I fixed it.
Ah, nice. What were you doing wrong?
I was holding the cube up too high, and I couldn't look ahead because I was too nervous. But then when I solved it like actually under the table with a good angle,
Yeah,
then my look ahead was way better.
yeah.
Yeah. You got a PR
And then the
average?
camera
Yeah.
can't see you're cheating.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did get a PR average. I got like 25.1, I think.
Oh, nice, nice. Have you beaten that recently? I feel like you've gotten close a few
I mean,
times.
as in
but-
I just
no, but before that. Did you beat it at Nationals? Your PR? Your old PR?
I
Or set it at Nationals?
nearly got it at Nationals.
Okay.
I beat it at Melbourne Cube Days.
Oh,
I got
nice,
my
nice.
first sub 26, which was 25.5.
Okay, nice. So you'll be sub 25 in no time. Do you practice much 4x4?
Not really. Mostly just 3x3 to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree. Same here. I think 4x4 is the event that I practiced like the least out of the NBANs.
Really? Yeah. I had it, so my previous PR was a 26.02. And then at both Worlds and Nats, I got 26.03. So, yeah, I was happy when I got that sub 26.
My PRs are pretty old as well.
Yeah,
think
when's
they're-
that? Is that from
I think they're
another
both-
Melbourne summer?
No, I think they're both from the same round. It's like Altona Algorithm
Oh.
2021, where I got the single and the average together.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know. It was like the best I've ever turned a 4x4.
Yeah.
But I think I've come. I think I've had a couple other sub 22s, but that's still pretty good for me compared to my global at home.
Yeah, nice.
Anyways, and how's the rest of your comp been?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I don't know. Nothing crazy.
3x3 round one was pretty close, apart from the,
Oh,
the
yeah, it
first
was
place.
very close.
Yeah. Mum's was taking a photo. Nice. So you've been practicing a lot of 3x3 then?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Have you been?
Also 3x3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's pacing the OCR.
Okay, well, we're
Yeah.
now in the final group of 4x4 Group 3. For competitors in Group 4x4, please sit your crosses off the drop-off table. We're now filling 4x4 Group 3. All of the competitors who just competed should be helping out with this group. We're going to be using all 80 stations, so we're going to need all the help we can get. We'll need planting judges, scramblers on each stage, and scrummers.
Yeah, so we're all pacing OCR, me, you, and Dave,
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Every comp it gets more unbelievable that it's still the same thing.
I know,
from
right?
2018.
It's so stale. It's so
Yeah.
stale. But I feel like once one of us gets it, or once it gets broken maybe by someone else, then we'll all just get like a sub 5.5. Like
Yeah.
in the same comp or like a comp after or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you been practicing a lot of big cubes? Because you've been doing amazing big cubes recently.
I practiced a little bit, but it was mostly just the new hardware that
Right.
helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, not as much. Mostly just 3x3. Yeah. But yeah. I reckon. I was gonna say. I thought it would be broken last year.
Yeah.
Your Melbourne Cube days. What did you had? You had 3 chances at breaking OCR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And you had one in the
I had
finals
one.
as
Yeah.
well.
But it would have been like 552 or something.
okay.
Yeah. Nah, we need like a low 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's got to be some statistic of like the most
number of BPAs for a continental record that could have been a continental record
Right.
that weren't in a row. So it's got to be
Right.
like
Well, I only got 2 in a row.
no, as in
That's-
like cumulatively since that OCR 5.53.
Oh, yeah.
There would have been like 20 or 25 averages, I think.
Yeah, probably.
With me, you, and David, and Andrew Fang,
Yeah,
where
true.
it could have been OCR,
Yeah.
something like that. So yeah, definitely people feel the nerves. I think. But I don't know what the strat is. Just keep going to competitions, I guess.
Yeah. And with this new head-to-head final, we won't have a chance in finals at getting it.
No, I know. What do you think's easier though, the 3x3 single OCR or the average? The single is 388 by Jody.
I think the average is easier.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, but if we give ourselves a lot of solves in the final, in the head-to-head finals, then there's a chance.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because there's no chance at average, but a bunch of chances at single.
yeah. Okay.
Timon doing some 2x2 practice.
Yeah, he said it's his first competition doing 2x2 since 2023 or something like that. And he's only doing it to practice. He was practicing because he wanted to come and beat Yihang in 2x2
Oh, right.
and put on the pressure. But Yihang's obviously not here,
Yeah.
but he still decided to compete. So he's pretty
good.
quick at 2x2.
Yeah.
He said he was learning algorithms without a cue.
What?
On the plane. Like he was reading
What? He
alg
was just
sheets on the
reading-
plane and like visualizing the algs and learning them
That's insane.
without a 2x2.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what WC Live looks like for the head-to-head finals. It's the first time
Yeah,
anyone's ever
yeah.
seen it, or what it looks like on your profile.
Yeah, like what
Actually, though,
looks like. Yeah.
so yeah, we're so lucky to have the first head-to-head here.
Yeah, it's great. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Do you think you prefer having a head-to-head final or a normal average 5?
I don't think I have that much of a preference,
Right.
to be honest. We'll see. I'll see how I feel about after this one because
Yeah.
I never liked. I'm really bad at like whenever we do States Cup or Nations Cup,
Oh,
and we have
yeah.
to like they count us down, and then I'm waiting a lot.
Yeah,
Which I
true.
feel like is a little bit similar to head where they count you in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about that sort of psychs me out a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll see how I go. I think I really don't like waiting like 10 or 15 seconds with my hands
Yeah.
on the timers. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's a little bit less in this head-to-head. I don't know. What are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'll have to see how I feel when I do it,
Yeah.
if I do it. But
Have you done a head-to-head sort of anything sort of head-to-head before?
well, I mean, the closest thing is States Cup, Nations Cup.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nothing really. I think it'll be exciting, but yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to have an average of 5 opportunity.
I know, right? I think very specifically for our situation right now, we'd prefer the average of 5.
Yeah, probably.
Just to have another shot at getting our OCR. Yeah. No, but very excited. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people go. I mean, I think I've done a few sort of things like this in the past with like the Monkey League.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Monkey League it's not simultaneous. The Red Bull was simultaneous.
Right,
When
yeah.
they used to do that. And I think the main thing is just not give up on any solve.
Yeah,
Because your opponent could also be like messing something up.
yeah, definitely.
So I reckon we'll have like a few like funny incidents where someone wins with like a bad solve
Yeah.
somehow. And do you think you're going to beat Timon
Gonna beat team on.
when you make it to the final?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like my chances.
I just don't want to go like out in without winning a solve if I'm against him.
Yeah, true.
So That's my main goal.
Yeah, one solve against Team 1 will be very, very nice. Hello. We're also joined by my girlfriend Cami. She's my emotional support, moral support. Very important role here on the stream.
How many competitions has Cami come to so far?
This is her second.
Oh, really? So you only came to the Spark Cafe competition?
Yeah, the boiling hot one. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've seen you more than
She's
once.
been around more than she's competed.
Right, competing. Nice,
Yes.
nice.
Hello.
Talk to the people over there that aren't on the stream. So there's a child whose cube popped and the pieces are near the stream area. So yes. Are you looking forward to watching Riley in the head-to-head finals? Yes. What do you think? How do you think he'll go? Good. Yeah. Riley's pretty good under the pressure. Pretty good always. Team on here with his first solve. This is a really nice camera.
Yeah.
Team on. Like he's solving pretty well through this one. Finished reduction there.
Yeah.
So depending on the parity, this could be a low. Oh no, it's got parity.
Ah.
For OLL there, and the ZB, 22. No, he's not happy with that.
Yeah. Could have been a bit better.
But Timon, I always find is so good at like recognizing parity during the ZB in 4x4.
Oh.
Because his ZBLL recognition is so good that he like instantly knows if it's parity or not. Whereas I sort of just sit there and struggle sometimes.
Yeah, true.
ZB on 4x4 is like kind of hard. Did you get any PRs, Cami?
She got all PRs.
Everything PR.
Everything PR.
In which events?
3x3, 2x2, pyramids, and clock.
Wow. Okay. Single an average PR, everything. Oh,
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Did you beat my dad in 2x2 or 3x3? Oh, really?
What did he get?
We'll
We'll
have to
find
check.
out.
I think you got a PR in 2x2. But take a look. Let's see. Scroll down. Skip scrolling. Dad got
Oh, you beat him.
36 and 24 for 2x2.
She's there.
Nice.
Oh, you're in
Oh, and you would have
tied
beaten him in.
place.
You would have beaten him
Number
in
314.
3x3 as well. See what he got. I didn't check his results yet. 113. Okay. 157. Yeah, comfortable. Yeah. No, I'm very excited to do the head-to-head. I was a bit. Sorry.
The green zone on the camera.
Oh yeah, the camera makes the colors a bit different. Like
Yeah.
you're saying the
Oh,
green
yeah.
looks less saturated.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous when there were more top competitors on the registration list. But
Yeah.
after I saw trying to qualify for the head-to-head,
Yeah.
because I thought it would be a bit faster, but then first round was like 7.7. So
Right,
I think yeah.
Hopefully okay.
I think we'll be okay, but yeah. Focus on the OCR.
Yeah.
Oh, David Z still competes. Yes.
Davey Z, they call him.
Zemdeg 0. Oh, he must be watching the stream. Either that or that's some random account. All right, Team On here with his second solve. Started with a 22. Obviously, Team On, the
Ooh.
current 4x4 single and average world record holder, taking it back last weekend in his trip to Korea with an 18-second average, which included just one PLL parity for the whole average. This solve doesn't look to be going so well. 23 with a PLL parity there. Yeah.
Double parity there.
Double parity, yeah. Sorry. I'd guess so. But yeah, that average from him last week was just taking advantage. Like, when you get one parity in your average,
He had one
he
parity.
had the single PLO parity.
One
But
PL.
there's still a skill to being able to like
Yeah,
be
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
locked in every round, and when that happens, actually still be solving well.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure I've had averages where I had very few parodies and still didn't solve like that well. Yes. 2x2 single PB. Okay, so Timon with 22 and 23. So
Green is yellow. Yeah.
and Cami, what do you how do you like spending the time at the competitions here? Are you hanging out with Riley? You do your own thing? Because my partner came yesterday and she was very bored.
We do a lot of scrambling, and where I'm scrambling and she's running at the same time at the same station.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Judges, and then we judge on the other side.
Yes, yes. Okay, stick together. Nice. Yeah, I think I think it is Dad.
Yeah, I'm Felix's dad. That's the like group schedule and stuff.
I think we have Firstgen there on his third attempt. Started with a 26 and 27. Now Firstgen just got some of ranks top ranked in the world. So he's surpassed Luke Garrett for some of ranks average today.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know
After
that.
his-
What are the?
He got a 3-blind mean of average 20 seconds, which dropped a
Wow.
lot of ranks from his old
Wow.
one, and now he's the best all-rounder in the world.
Wow.
Which I didn't realize he was so close. But he's
Yeah.
been
Oh,
yeah,
26.
I don't know how you do that well in so many different events and disciplines, and you're a bit of an
Yeah.
all-rounder, but
Oh, nowhere near Thurston's level
yeah,
though.
yeah. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know he was close at all, and then I saw
Yeah.
it. I heard about it. That's crazy. So I suspect him and
I'm
Luke will
solving
be going back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
A decent solve. Timon on 3x3 now. He messed up his F2L there a little bit. Got PLL parity. 22
Aw.
seconds. So this is
Not the greatest set of solves so far.
yeah. But it's just round one.
There are 2 rounds of 4x4?
I think there's 2 rounds. Yeah. And he'll be comfortably in first place, I would imagine.
Yeah.
After these solves. I don't know who's third for Summer Ranks. People are saying it's Ryan Pilot. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty fast. But Firstgen is much better, I think, at the blind events. So that really helps him out.
That's very true.
And Scube, he's like surprisingly amazing.
Yeah.
And Cami's now properly mic'd up. Nice. You can commentate a T1 solve. The next one.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Just one.
La 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 la. I was wondering how you guys could hear each other so clearly. Because it plays
Yeah,
back in the ears.
I know, the setup here is super legit.
Look, it's Timon.
It is Timon.
Everyone always says how much I look like Timon. And I didn't really understand it until today when I saw a photo of Timon and thought it was me for a second.
Really? Yeah, I guess so. With the glasses and the hair.
No, his hair is different now.
Yeah, I know. Riley got a haircut.
Yeah, Cammy gave me a haircut.
Yeah,
actually.
this is good. I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is a quality cut.
Thank you.
It's getting a bit too long. What do you think of the hair?
I like it.
Yeah.
Because I cut it.
Yeah.
My
I
breath
agree.
is so loud.
Now take it away.
Oh, you got it.
Um,
You've got it. You've got it.
He is moving the cube at a very quick rate.
He's matching those colors.
Yeah, he is. Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, he's
Aw,
got
yeah.
parity again.
Yeah.
Looked like a decent solve. Double parity, 21.
oh no.
That's okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. It's okay, he's smiling.
Exactly.
That's what matters in life, people.
He looks very relaxed. This is not a stressful competition for Team On, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's taking it in his stride.
So you're going to be competing much over the next few months for the summer or anything, Riley?
I think I can't even remember where my next comp is. I might be doing some of the. I think I'm going to Sail.
Yes.
Are you going to Sail?
Yes, I'm going to sail.
Nice.
Yes.
I think I'm doing the whatever the Melbourne.
Oh,
East
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
West
East,
and stuff.
West Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm doing all of those.
Okay, nice. So just Victorian comps.
Yeah.
And then we have nationals, thankfully, in Victoria, which is very handy.
Yeah.
Do you live walking distance from the comp? Or pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. Not to dox you, but. So that'll be very handy.
Awesome. Oh, it's Riley's dad. Hi, Duple.
Oh, hi, Dad. Awesome too. Oh, thanks for reminding me which comps I'm.
Yes.
Whoa.
And what are you practicing? Do you do like, are you learning new stuff for 3x3 at the moment, or
I'm
refining
very
things?
slowly learning some ZB stuff.
Yeah. Like ZBF2L or
No, just CBL.
Ella? Okay.
Yeah.
What status are you at for
Oh, I'm.
the ALG sets?
I haven't. I learnt T. I learnt L.
Yeah.
I learnt L before you, which I remember you and other people said wasn't good.
And
then-
if you're learning it a lot, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, true. And I'm like nearly done U.
But I see. Got to get back to work. But I see you sometimes pulling out like random pi and H cases
Those are those are
in like
Random.
official attempts, though. Sometimes.
sometimes.
Okay.
You know full CBL?
No. I'll wait for Team on solve.
Oh yeah, true.
And his last solve here. BPA and WPA both 22 seconds, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. This one
It's
looks
gonna make too much.
similar to the rest of them. Oh, very quick. Whoa!
Oh.
That 3x3 stage was insane. That looked like I reckon a 4-second 3x3 stage.
Wow.
Yay.
And the
Did it have parodies?
No, it was a soon last layer.
Right. Yeah.
ZB. Yeah.
That'll help.
Oh, we got the instant
Yes, that's my
replay.
girlfriend.
Look at that. Yeah,
Oh.
that 3x3
Oh
stage
yeah,
looked
yeah.
Whoa.
yeah, amazing. Wow. Oh, this is sick.
Cool.
Right. that reduction looked
What
like
happened?
I need to put my mic closer or something.
You're too quiet.
What were you saying, Felix?
the reduction looked like the same as the other solves. And then he just
Yeah.
like, did a 2-second F2L and then soon.
And he's gone.
And yes, he's gone to hide.
Off and away.
So I guess that's it for 4x4. Are you in one-handed group 1 or group 2?
One.
Do you want to go and warm up? Or
You have a cube here.
Yes, this one. I can warm up right now.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
What comps have you got lined up soon?
Yeah, just the big ones. The same,
Yeah,
basically the same. The Melbourne March one, the Vic West Melbourne something,
Yeah.
then Sale.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Yay!
Felix versus Elijah. I don't think that's much of a competition.
Ooh.
I,
Oh.
No, he's saying Elijah's better.
I do only one-handed solves in official competitions and maybe a few solves beforehand, but no. I don't really do one-handed. I would normally get like 11 just every round.
Yeah. I think Firstian had like 10 rounds in a row that were 11s, and his PR was 11.
Oh, really?
But he recently got like a mid-low 10, I think.
Okay, nice.
La, 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 la.
Bit of overhead camera action here. David Epstein
Oh.
there, practicing,
practicing
his Roo. He's been
Yeah, he's
really grinding Roo one-handed, and he's pretty quick. There with an 8.88,
Oh,
casual, very casual. So I think it's Elijah versus David.
yeah.
It's probably the competition.
Felix, your goat.
I learned next year is the year of the goat.
Ah.
So
It's your year.
yeah.
Are you a goat? No.
No.
Oh, you. Sorry. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
No, I'm a pig, I guess.
A pig.
Yeah. I think 95.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
95.
Well,
Oh, yeah, you're
I'm old as yeah. 95 zodiac.
I'm a mouse.
Firstian just
Yeah, pig.
got a 23. Is that BPA?
Not bad, not
Yes. Nice.
bad. 26.88 average there. Slotting himself, I think, around with Alex Vucic from New Zealand.
Oh, is that how you say his last name?
I think so.
Yeah.
Vucic.
Vucic?
Vucic.
I don't know. Something like that.
I think it's, yeah. That's how the New Zealand people say it. So I don't know what. Look, you're famous. You got 50 people watching you on the internet.
PR for David.
PR for David.
Hey.
What? Oh wow. Well, we weren't even paying
PR for
attention.
David.
I wonder what he got.
Yeah, we didn't.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah, we didn't see the last solve at 24.
Yeah. So it must be around the 24, 25 mark.
Yeah. Maybe he beat my PR as well.
It's okay.
I'm looking forward to the Riley v David head to head. That will be a good one.
Yeah.
An excellent matchup. I want to go against you head to head. We never do like head to head finals together. Or like in the
Yeah.
AO5 format. Well, I think we've never been together.
Yeah.
Like, we're always in
Yeah,
different
yeah, that's
seeds.
true.
So one day.
Oh, yeah.
No.
There's an elbow. That's not my elbow.
All right. So
I should probably
yeah, you should probably
go
get
for
ready.
LH.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. It has been a pleasure having my stream debut. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah. All right, got some one-on-one time with the chat. Felix, do you find yourself struggling to find the motivation to keep improving and learning after so long? Does it come naturally to you? I think sometimes, but recently in the last few years, I don't think so. I think I've been pretty motivated to learn new things, especially with seeing how effective ZB is. So it's been fun learning that and just improving and with the better hardware. So that always helps. So no, it's still good fun. Hello, team.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Do you want me to leave?
No. You can
Okay,
stay
yeah.
if you like. Yeah.
I'll stay.
It's one-handed, man. It's exciting.
Uh-huh.
Who have we got on the first group?
I know Riley's in the first group, and I
Okay.
would guess, I don't know, actually. I guess Elijah would be top seed, so he'd be in the second group,
Yep.
station 1. Riley and
You're in the second group, and then Elijah is in the
third
one.
group. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, who's in the first?
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Okay. We've got Riley Dexter, station 1, and Yiheng Wang. How does Yiheng have a 10.5 average?
That's what I'm saying. his hand can't like hold the whole cube. Surely.
Whoa. That's legit.
How?
That's so good.
That is actually quick.
That's so impressive. I didn't. I swear. Last time I looked, he had like a 14 average. That's so
Yeah.
impressive.
There you go. He must have practiced for like a couple
Wow.
days.
But since he's not here, I assume we're going to be getting like a mystery appearance from like David McLean or something.
Yeah,
So,
we delegate.
yep. That'd be
Phoenix.
that'd be awesome.
Oh, David Epstein. He'll be quick.
Mm-hmm.
Convince Andrew to compete a reasonable amount. No, I think 1 or 2 comps a year works well for him. He competes well, so Andrew, just stick to like what you're doing. Really,
Is that
don't
Andrew
change
Fang?
don't change a thing. Yeah,
Yeah. He's
just save it till Oceanics.
Yeah.
yep.
Sub
You
5
don't want to
average.
you don't want to get like OCR at a random local comp. You want to get a sub 5 in Oceanics. So just
Yeah,
no need
exactly.
to compete, man.
Exactly. And it's so much more impressive if the OCR is just a little bit lower before you grab it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Just let some other people have fun.
You got time. It's working well for you. Don't change your formula.
Because he only does compete like a few times a year, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy that he's that good with barely any comps. He has less than 10, doesn't he? Ever?
Really?
Wow.
Andrew.
It's some.
I'm
Wait.
checking that. That would be crazy.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be less than 20.
Yeah. I think it was. I remember someone saying it was 9, but I could be wrong.
Whoa, that would be crazy. 16 comps.
Wow.
Okay.
He had one like just recently, so
Mhm.
that he got the 441
Yeah,
single.
I know. I was like
Yeah.
sweating so hard.
And he counted a 4 on the
Yeah,
last
I
double
know,
down
I
too.
know.
I know.
Oh, he's quick.
Yeah.
That's right. Over here, counting fours nothing crazy.
Yeah, I was watching him like in the waiting room for NZ Nats, bro. He was just dropping 4s.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's crazy.
That's scary. Alongside Riley, being in this group, the thing I'm second most excited for is who's going to be on station 2.
Yeah.
It's a big mystery.
The one to watch, who won't be on stream on station 5 is David Epstein,
Yeah.
who has been using Rue recently.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure he averages like 10.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But his PR official is 12.
Yeah.
But he was warming up before doing one-handed and he like just dropping 8s.
Is his current PR with Rue, or is
Yes,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
did it last weekend in Tassie Summer, but like he was warming up even before that, like just pretty much like sub 10.
That's crazy.
So we'll keep
He's
an eye
way
on him.
down
He's
there.
way down there, but
Uh,
we'll keep the chat updated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could maybe try to
Put
try
Dave
to,
on station 2.
Yeah. Can we do that? Oh, it's
Yeah.
already happening.
Okay.
Wait, I'll have a chat. I might just go quickly have a chat to Keaton and see if he
Yeah.
can organize that.
Nice.
That'd be really good. Get David.
Yeah.
What times are you getting now in one-handed Felix?
I
Sub 11?
don't do one-handed.
Never?
Just do it in comp. And
Yeah.
just get 11s.
Okay, fair enough.
But
What do you practice the most now?
just three
by
just
three?
3 by 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I basically only do blindfolded, so
Yeah.
I guess it's the same.
Some 5 by 5 as well, a little bit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think they're going to try and move David to station 2. On station 3 and 4, we've got Phoenix Patterson and Jim Zhu.
Phoenix I feel like he could just drop like a 6 or something. He
do
gets crazy
you,
singles.
do you know his OHPR single?
What is it?
Have you watched this video? It's like 6.8 or 6.9.
Okay.
But watch the video. It could be
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna watch it.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Watch this. You'll be like, what the heck?
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
I
can-
have seen it.
He
Maybe
can,
that's
he
why.
can literally, he could literally just drop 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's an insane video. It, yeah, Phoenix TV.
Yeah. Shout out.
I think it's like 6.8 or 6.9.
6.97.
Yeah, yeah. Just,
Okay, I think I might have actually seen this.
It's just like kind of scuffed.
Oh, is this his like 6?
97. Oh.
Oh
Bro.
my gosh.
Yeah, look at that last layer.
That should have been.
It's like a
that
3
should have been like a
PPS
low
last
6.
player.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, no.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Still need lots of help, and I see a lot of empty jumping forward.
Could easily have been OCR
Yeah.
by a long way.
What is it? Current OCR?
Jasper Murray got a 687,
687. Okay.
beating the
Oh,
688.
Wow.
Oh wait, so that was actually nearly OCR.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, his rally for solve
Wow.
1. Oh, look at that angle. Beautiful.
That is nice.
Riley using a bit of table there. Yeah, plenty of table. Quick turning, but didn't look like a very efficient solution there.
Yeah.
But he's powering through it. But yeah, that was a lot of moves for a
13.
one-handed solve. 13-0. Let's see how David goes. I'm really excited to see.
I see big spot on the red. A couple on blue.
Doesn't look like the hottest scramble.
Alrighty.
PMLL there. 10:05.
Wow.
And a shake of the head as well. Yeah, that's just Rue
Wow.
things.
That's crazy. It's actually such a good method for one-handed.
And he
Yeah.
has a 12:03 official PR average,
Yeah. Shaking his head with the 10.
which I think is like not even. It's barely possible for him to get that slow at home in practice.
Yeah.
So
Wowzers.
yeah, it's pretty impressive being able to use both methods. I know you do that, Charlie.
Not as well as David does. Definitely not.
Is that for one-handed, do you mean? Or using
Oh, as
one for
in-
3?
Yeah,
One
yeah,
for
yeah.
three,
yeah.
one for
Oh,
one
Rue
hand.
OH
Yep.
and C-pop too.
You need to do it, Felix. You get like
Uh,
sub 10 in like a month.
Yep. You
Like, actually,
pull
bro.
the NL back.
My one-hand turning is not very good.
You just do a bunch of like
But yeah,
M move spam, like just LSE practice, and
Yeah.
then it's free.
okay. One day.
Yeah.
Once I stop like try harding.
Yeah. Alright, okay. David is solve 2.
And Riley,
Riley
as well. David's an inspection. This looks like a better scramble. Few little blocks there.
I see a pair there in yellow. So it looks like he used that, which is nice. Oh, looks like he might have done his.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening there. I think it was a
Yeah.
mistake during the
Oh,
first 2 blocks.
Leaving him.
I think I saw a piece that was belonged in the front left block, sort of while he was
Going around.
a few seconds in. So
Yeah. Riley. Not a good.
The ZB? No.
yeah,
Like
it's
a horrible case.
Yeah,
So bad. Just
especially
horrible.
especially one-handed.
Yeah. With Rue, that doesn't happen.
Was it Diagel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like one of the the
Like,
bad
Because
ones.
that's the Z perm looking one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's a tragic one.
Whoa, Phoenix with a 9. That is.
Oh. he dropped a 15 and then a 9.
Yeah, he's not a
Interesting.
capable of 6s. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gave us a little smile there.
go on, get us up 7.
Yeah.
All right, some good scrambling pace here. David already with his 3rd.
Takes no time. Straight into it. That's David on the left there.
Yeah, that looked like a nice start.
Yep. Flew through
Oh,
that
yeah,
second
this is
block.
Good.
Yep.
CMLL. LNC.
Oh, a bit of a lock up there.
It looks like a long LSE.
Yeah. It is a bit tough, yeah, with one hand, trying to, like, when you're sweaty and shaky and the cube just, like, falls out of your hand, basically,
Yep.
during LSE, and that's, yeah, not fun.
Because you only have like 2 fingers on the cube at that point. It's like your thumb and I guess
Yeah.
3, but yeah.
especially in LSC when you need to like exert quite a bit of force with the M layer. You're like holding the cube quite tight and it's just squishing, squeezing it out.
And Jim's another Rue user over on station 4.
Yeah.
Really long LSE there as well.
And that's counting 15.
His Riley for solve number 3. Or is this 2?
3, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, 13 and a 12 so far, so nothing great there for Riley. But yeah, definitely capable of taking out the event. I think Elijah would be the favorite overall. But Riley definitely capable of sub 10. Dave, I would say capable of sub 10.
Oh, that's a rough case as well.
Oh, yeah.
The bypass one.
He got up the last slot so far.
Yeah, it was like sub 8 last slot.
Yeah, it's so painful sometimes, DB one-handed. Unless you learn one-hand like specialist algs.
Like Juliet.
Yeah.
David.
But then you may as well learn Rue, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh no, David's messed this one up.
Oh no, Dave. All right, he's saving it for the final.
That's okay. He's just going to beat his PR by a little bit.
He's still on pace to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh no, Jim.
Very long LSE again.
Yeah. Counting
Rough.
15 and 16. Not very good for him.
My car has finished charging, so I need to swap with Kerry.
Oh, I saw your car in the parking lot. It's really cool.
I got my license and I got a car.
An electric
Wait.
vehicle.
You just got your license?
Yeah, like a month ago.
Oh,
And I bought a car like this week.
that's crazy. That's so funny.
They have shout out Diamond Creek Community Bank Stadium for free charging. So
Hey, that's awesome. All right, Riley for solve number 4. And David as well.
With number 5.
Yep. And Phoenix just finishing up with a tragic A poem, 15-11. Riley's just an inspection now for number 4. Number 4. Dot, but
Oh.
EO to ZB. It looks like a bit of a yuck case.
yeah, Riley pretty unlucky with the ZBs this round.
And
Yeah,
here's David, who
David.
doesn't need to worry about that. Whoa. Oh no. It was still sub 10. Still sub 10. He had like a 2-second lockup and it was still a 960. That's
Well,
crazy.
11.3 average is very
Crazy.
good.
Yeah, that's about what point? Yeah, 0.8
Still
improvement.
mega beatable for him in
Yeah.
the future rounds.
Yeah,
That's
that last
crazy.
solve, it was looking like really fast.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go
Stop that.
do my solves.
Sure.
So see you later.
Oh, yep. Yeah,
Alright.
Oh wait, unless.
Is someone
We are
Hello?
back one more time.
Can you
Emma's
hear me?
buckled to Pody. Yes,
Ooh.
yes, we can hear you.
How good?
I have not had the pleasure of commentating thus far, with the one and only WCT member and social media officer. Yes, I looked up your credentials. Wei NC. Howdy, howdy. How are we, Wei?
I'm doing well.
Are you enjoying your first Melbourne summer experience? And
I
are you getting all
am.
of the content out of it that you hoped you would?
I am. So if people don't know, I do socials for Speakkeeping Australia. So yeah, we've been doing pretty well. I've been enjoying it. This is actually my first interstate comp.
Is it really?
I've never gone interstate for a comp.
So you're located, like, based in Perth?
Yes.
So I know some of the videos that you've put on the social media involve the Perth community and some great content going up there. But yeah, it's the first time you kind of ventured out. That does surprise me a little bit. You've never been to a Nationals, never been to an Oh, you went to Oceanics, but that was in Perth.
Oceanics was in Perth, yeah.
That does make a lot of sense. But no, fantastic. Wei has been very hard at work making content to go on socials, and also something that will be played during lunch tomorrow, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Mitch and I
A
did some
special
filming.
segment.
So
Yeah.
stick around.
May involve a couple of familiar faces, people that you might know and or love. So always worth looking forward to for that one.
Do you
And
want to
how
do
are
something that I did with some of the international competitors? I think you'd be good at this.
Okay. I'm
I
getting
went up to
quizzed on the
the-
spot here.
Yeah, I went up to the international competitors yesterday and today. So I went to Timon, Jason, Keaton, Firstgen, and Anton, and I asked them a bunch of Australian slang.
Okay.
And I asked them to
Yep.
tell me what it was. So one of them I asked was, what's a snag?
Snag is a sausage, like
Yeah.
a meat stick.
Yeah.
And like snag in bread, you know.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Have you had any interesting answers for those questions? Or...
I asked what is a skivvy?
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the little, like thin kind of material, long sleeve.
Long sleeve with a turtleneck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The things that the Wiggles sometimes wear.
Yeah, they wear
yeah.
skivvies. Yeah. But
Absolutely.
I think the guess was it's a sport or something like that.
Yeah,
Kind
a
of sounds like
skivvy kind of sounds like a pest, like an animal
Mm-hmm.
of some kind. I would think like a small kind of lizard is like a skivvy. That sounds like it could work
I
for
asked
that.
what's a tinny?
Oh, like a can of drink.
A canned drink.
Yeah.
Canned drink. And Antoine told me he thinks it's a container, like for a tin of biscuits in a
Right.
tin. You call it a
I
tinny.
mean, to an extent, you
Yeah.
could probably swindle it that way. I am always impressed by Antoine's handle of the Australian English slang, and he tends to fit in. So yeah, that's good.
Antoine
another
is
Perth local.
a French competitor who's
Yes.
been living in Perth for the past few months, learning
Very good
English.
at 3x3.
Very good at 3x3. And he's learning English. He's actually gotten a lot better. He has a lot of... He can speak very fluently now.
He told me that his dream job was to work like as a safari, like running safaris in South Africa.
That's actually
And that
so
was-
cool.
And that like is one of the main reasons that he's in Australia at the moment, is so he can practice his English. So that's a job that he could get.
He did live in Africa for a period.
Did he
So-
really?
Yeah, he did.
There you go. So maybe it's calling back to him. Speaking of, there he is,
Speaking of
station number
Antoine,
4.
he'll be on station 4.
He's judging
judging.
station 4, so you
Very
can get an idea of the man we're talking about. Very French. I think he's got some kind of French scarf, is it? Or is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
But who we have on right now, we have one and only Felix Zemdex that you just had the opportunity of chatting to. We also have Sora on station 2, Keaton's on station 3, and Tommy is on station 4, Tommy Caprilis.
Yeah, you just saw the shot of Felix. He is staying excessively hydrated, as we love to see. Don't forget to drink some water. I should probably do that right now.
Is that his... Does he have 2 water bottles? Or is that Phoenix's water bottle?
I believe one of those would be Phoenix's. I don't know. Lots of people staying hydrated out there. It is a Melbourne summer, and Melbourne summers do have the not unfortunate reputation, but certainly a reputation of being absolutely scorching hot. I know my first Melbourne summer, or like the first couple of Melbourne summers I went to, the walk down to the shops to get lunch, it was like 40 degrees all 3 days. And it's
Oh,
like
gosh.
just overall not terribly enjoyable. But yeah, I'm glad that it's kind of eased up a little bit. We've got a pleasant, like I think 26 today. The sun's still got some bite to it. So sunscreen is
Yeah,
the
around
play.
28.
Yeah, 28. 28's the high for today. So there you go.
Yeah.
We are in the thick of it right now. Fortunately, the aircons in the Community Bank Stadium here at Diamond Creek are top notch.
Yeah, they're really nice. Actually, on station 1, 2, 3, and 4, you get it the best. It's very cold up there. I was there earlier judging Timon, and it was freezing.
Yeah, we did have some occasions with the aircons blowing around scorecards. That is an issue that
Yeah.
we've had at prior Melbourne Summers. They are pretty powerful. But
It did
regardless,
blow it off the table. I just pinned it down with the delegate paddle.
yeah.
So Keaton has, in the last few months, moved from the US over here to Melbourne, which, what a nice change of pace for him.
It is a nice change of pace. I believe him and his wife
Yeah.
both got a job up at Monash teaching.
Teaching, lecturing.
So yeah, that's a pretty big life change for Keaton. But he
Yeah.
also said it's the first time that him and his wife have ever lived in the same house. And it happens to be like halfway across the planet from their home country. So
Yeah.
very novel, very unique. But to his credit, he looks like he's picked up the slang. He's picking up the accent pretty well, actually. If you've heard him on the live
Yeah.
stream, hopefully we'll get him on at some point tomorrow.
Do you know what I asked him for? I asked him what an ambo was.
Oh, yep.
Ambo? Ambulance? I asked him what a chippy.
Yep.
What's
yep.
a chippy?
Chippy is, it's a trade. Chippy
Yeah.
is like a construction work. No, hang on. I'm thinking of bricky. A
You
chippy.
know the word.
I definitely do know the word. A chippy.
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go, Mitch.
I was going to say about building
Yes.
persona.
That's what it. But he thought. Sometimes we call hot chips chippies.
Right.
So that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
thought, and I was like, oh, okay, but who's the person? Here we go. He's got his first cube. We also have
Yes, we've got Sora Sato on station.
Felix
number 2.
finished his first solve, 10.83. Sora. Keaton's going, and Sora's inspecting.
Yeah, for those of you who keep up to date with the landscape of like the records in Australian speed cubing, you'll know that Felix actually does not have the Australian record anymore for one-handed average. One-handed single, obviously still his. That I think is probably the longest lasting Australian record. I think that's from
Right.
probably about 2015 or 2016
wow.
or something like that. It was a 6.88 single when the previous world record was, I think, low 8.
Wow.
So he got
wow.
he got a nice little
Skip 7?
yes, got a nice skip 7.
Oh, shoot.
Wow. No, it was pretty good.
That's
Pretty good for
insane.
the time. Obviously, still the national record. So happy days for Felix. Still holds on to that one, but he doesn't practice a whole lot of one-handed. We'll be seeing Elijah Laporte, the new Australian national record holder, in the next group. Got that at the Australian Nationals in, I believe, the first round, and then in the finals got another time under Felix's PR as well. So looking to
Very
continue
nice.
that trend. We'll hope to see some more good times from Elijah in the next group, but obviously we
Sora
do
got a
love
great
seeing a
time.
bit of Felix.
Sora got a 12, and then Keaton got 11. Has Tommy gone yet? I don't think so.
I don't believe I've seen any of Tommy's solves right now, but Antoine keeping him nice and company.
Yeah.
Antoine doing right-handed OH. That is
Yeah.
a rarity these days. A couple of solvers notably do that. I think there's a couple Roo solvers who do Roo with their right hand.
See.
Got Felix back on this lovely camera
Oh,
angle here.
We have the
Station
nice
number 1.
camera.
Very, very nice camera dialed in on station number 1. There you go.
Another 11.
11.64. There you go.
Keaton also did a solve, got a 10, and Tommy got 14. Nice. though. I also asked Keaton what a rashi is.
Yep.
Which we know he has a rash vest or a swimming shirt. But apparently they just don't wear them in America.
Yeah, I think I've only ever run into problems wearing them, to be perfectly honest. It's not, I mean, it's great for sun, but you can't be like under the water for too long. Or,
They're not the
Yeah.
most flattering either.
well, no, clearly not. They're,
Yeah.
they're absolutely not. But yes, it's not the most comfortable in the days after.
Mm.
Okay, we've got, no, Felix is just doing some practice solving.
Yeah.
We've seen, oh yeah, this will be the last event for the day. So
Yeah.
next up, even though it says next up is 2x2, round 1, that will be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So today's proceedings will end with the third group of 2x2 of one-handed, in which we are in the second
We
group.
will
at the
have our
moment.
mystery event afterwards, but we won't be streaming.
No,
that one.
unfortunately, we will not be streaming the mystery event. I'm not even sure what the mystery event is, and I'll have to find out
Are you
some
doing
other
it?
day. No, I'm leaving. I'm going to
Oh.
a concert
Oh yes, you
in
did
Port
mention.
Melbourne tonight. So that's unfortunately taken the mystery event out of contention. We only hold it every second year, so I was seeking redemption for last mystery event that got done. I think I got eliminated in the first round of that one. So
What was it?
well, it was a team-based event, and I think the first thing was like teams of 4, and it was like 4-person team blind. Like you can't look at your own cube.
Oh, I see.
So-
Someone else has to tell you the move.
So everyone's wearing like harmonica holders, like you wear for like multi-blind and that kind of thing. So you can't see your own cube, but you can see everybody else's, and you have to give like instructions to everybody. And like the team with all their cubes solved first wins. I think it was like the first half got through to the next round, and I think we finished last or second last, something like that.
I
11.9 for Felix there. But
Yeah,
I'll have
I'd
to
say
wait 2 more years to get my redemption for that one.
Keaton also got a 10-19. Looking good on their sides. I wonder what it'll be today. Do you think it'll be an official event or an unofficial event?
Well, I think the briefer or like the rules of the mystery event state that you have to be able to solve a couple of WCA events. But it is a pretty niche spread. I mean, if you're a WCA fanboy, then you would know how to do all of these. But you know, square 1, 3x3 blind might weed out some of the competitive field. But
Yeah, they said you have to know how to do 3x3, 2x2, 4x4, 3x3 blindfolded, OH, pyramid, cube, and square 1.
yeah, so definitely a range. I think there was a bunch of different events last time, and it was like a bracket style thing, but different activities to weed out half the teams in each round.
Keaton and Tommy have the next one. Tommy's going first. Looking pretty good for him.
Nice from
Oh.
Tommy. Tommy
Oh.
Capriles. It looked like a G perm for that PLL
Yeah.
from at least my point of view. 12.55 there for Tommy. He is sitting pretty in the 4th seed for this group with an 11.78 PR average. Keaton finishing with it at 13.71. Got Felix on station number 1. Up and running now. I've seen some pretty consistent high 10, low 11 times. Oh, sorry, mid 11.
Oh, that's a nice
That
one
is
from
a
him.
great solve there from Felix. 8.63.
Very nice.
Wonder when the last time was that he got a solve quite that speedy. He doesn't put much practice into his one-handed solving at the moment. He got an 8.60 in Melbourne Summer 2024, actually, 2 years ago.
Jeez,
So
very- yeah.
something to do about Melbourne Summer and 8.6 second singles. That's a pretty good effort there. That wasn't actually that long after he set his last personal record, which was the national record at the time. One-handed average.
My prediction for the mystery event, it's going to be, what's it called? Siamese? You know, the one where you have
yeah,
two
okay.
people and they both solve the same cube?
Like one hand each.
yeah.
I actually tried looking up videos of that the other day, and I couldn't find any videos of people doing it. So I don't know if it's like by a different name. So I know like a Siamese cube is a different kind of puzzle altogether. So
Oh, I
I
see.
don't know. Like even one hand each doesn't.
Doesn't
It
really
just
come
brings
up.
up one-handed stuff. So
Well,
we need a more concise name for that, I would think.
Tommy and Keaton going again.
It's
Tommy's just
convenient when
finishing
they
this one
give
up.
us stations going at the same time. Sora, we just cut away from, finished with a 12.91. Looks like Tommy, I think, has finished his average, 13.88. Looks like he is leading. So missed one of those solves. Either way, I think he would be pretty comfortably making the next round. How many people make the next round? It is top 20.
Top 20. Is there only
Given that-
2
yeah.
rounds of fight?
Yeah, only 2 rounds of one-handed.
Oh,
I do think,
and Keaton doesn't look very happy with that one. 15.27 for him.
yeah, it is as worst possible. 11.99, yeah. Again, should still comfortably make the next round. The
Alright, we're back on Felix.
the good part about having 4 stations per group is that we've only got 3 groups, so that's theoretically your top 12 people that we'll see on stream. So ideally, all of these people will be making the finals, even if it's not quite their best day. Felix looking pretty solid here.
Yeah, he'll probably be making fun.
Sub 10 again with the Y perm.
Oh.
No, it looked like he got
11.
duped by the PLL there.
Yeah.
Done a little bit dirty by that. That's okay. 11.30 is a good way to finish up.
Apparently at Nationals, it was called 3x3 doubles.
Yes.
Interesting.
I did forget that they did hold that. I remember Lockie Stevens and Chris Mills were practicing that pretty intensely, and
Yeah.
they were kind of going around parading that that they.
Like this. Wait, grab a cube.
Yeah.
They're just like this everywhere. Oh,
This is,
walking
this is
around.
this is my impression of Chris Mills and Lockie Stevens.
Yeah.
And they didn't even win. They're practicing it like that so much, and then
Who
they didn't
won?
even win. It was Yibong Guambo Wang.
Oh.
Yeah. The brothers from Queensland.
They
Had to show
probably
'em
like
up.
done it at home.
Yeah, and also probably like sibling telekinetic powers type
That's
stuff.
true.
Like one brain, one mind.
That's
They are both extremely good cubers.
Sorry with this last one. Now. See, it's best possible. The 1231. Oh,
Like he is, unfortunately, going to
Getting
get close
worst
to that.
possible.
No, it's close to that worst possible.
oh,
Not quite.
close.
13.84 is the end, yeah. It's a bit unfortunate for Sora. Probably not the way he would have wanted his competition day to end, but sure he's got a big day tomorrow. Probably got some big cube finals and such. Obviously, he is coming off a pretty nice competition at Nationals where he got some nice podiums there, and since then has gone on to do some excellent work in the big cubes, ranking himself, I think, for the most part, top 5 in Australia for those. So.
Sora last year went to every state championships, I think, except for
Did not go to
NT.
Northern Territory, nah. So he would have done the rounds then. Went to South Australia, went to WA. He went
Yeah, he came to
WA?
Perth.
Wow, that's a pretty.
I was
decent
like,
way to
oh,
go for
Sora's
states.
here.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun having the state champs last year. I can't lie. I remember
Yeah.
in 2021 we were going to have the state championships run, and then COVID kind of kicked in and cancelled a lot of those. But it's nice that last year we could get those back up and running again, and actually have one for every single state. That was really cool to have that.
For sure.
So hoping that sooner rather than later we can get some more of those
Yeah.
running. All right, that concludes Group 2 of
Group
3x3
2.
one-handed. We kind of touched on Elijah Laporte in passing. We've also had a couple of the competitors who will be on the stream stations who have been kind of sprinkled in and around stream all day. We've got First in Fishada, who we had on just after his Skewb group, and actually is now #1 in the world for Summer Ranks average, which is actually extremely cool.
And
Got
very
himself-
hard.
Yeah, got himself a huge personal record in 3x3 blindfolded, despite the format change to average of 5, and that netted him the new first place, overtaking Luke Garrett to be first place in Summer Ranks. That is a tough task, and you could clearly tell that it meant quite a bit to him to be able to lay claim to that crown.
He is a really good all-rounder.
Yeah, extremely good, and he's a blessing to have in the Australian cubing community. We're pretty stoked that he's chosen to do his
Study
studies
here.
in Melbourne for the next couple of years, and I feel like he's inspired everybody to lift their game a little bit. I remember particular state championships, or rather side state championships, had 10 events, and he podiumed in every single one of them. So, yeah, Firstgen is an absolute role model to look up to. He's just clearly he's one of the best solvers in the world, one of the best all-rounders in the world. So he's getting his
He
just
is the best
rewards
all-rounder in the world
yeah,
now.
he's getting his just rewards, and the recognition that he deserves, a title that he deserves so richly. And
Oh, Kate Graham's here. Hi, Kate.
howdy, Kate Graham. I was looking at a couple messages in chat, and I would absolutely love to talk about the concert that I'm going to. So I'm going to see
Go.
I'm going to see a band called Boundaries tonight. They're a band from Connecticut, and I booked tickets to this show because I'm a fair way out of the city. I live about 2 hours away. So when I saw that the dates coincided with Melbourne Summer, I'm like, oh sweet, I can just go to that. Don't even have to drive that far. I'll take a 40-minute drive. That's okay by me. And then I booked that show because they were supporting a bigger band. They're supporting a band called The Plotting You, and I booked tickets to that show. So I'm just like, well, I'll just go see Boundaries and then I'll just leave again. And then 2 days after I booked that, they announced a headline show on Tuesday night. So I'm going to that as well. Happy days. Yes.
That was not me.
That was Lennon Hughes. I blame Lennon Hughes for that. Yes.
That just coincided.
Hi, Kate. Picture this. Alrighty. So yeah, on station #1, we have talked up Elijah Laporte, 9.37, the current national record for 3x3 one-handed average. Another one of our Roo solvers. We're seeing 2 Roo solvers. Actually, I think we're seeing 3 Roo solvers in this one-handed group. So I'm pretty sure Charlie uses Roo for one-handed as well.
It looks
Gonna be
like he's
having-
using Roo.
Yeah, so we're going to be
That's
having Elijah Laporte, station #1, First in Fishada, as we touched on before, station #2. We've got Hamish Bassig, who placed quite well in the Victorian State Championships last year, burst onto the scene as a 2025 ID.
Wow.
And then Charlie Eggins, you know him, you love him, station number 4. We're seeing hopefully some good times from him in 3x3 blind tomorrow, possibly making the head-to-head finals, as should First Gen. Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot of these competitors should be making the finals. Top 12 is a bit of a tough task for 3x3, but we will see how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. Speaking of First Gen, do you want to know what Aussie slang I asked him?
I would love to know what Aussie slang you asked Mr. First Gen
So,
Fushada.
Despite
Fuchsias.
living here for a year and a half,
I think it's
something
about
like
that, yep.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I really haven't picked up much of them. So I asked him what a bicky is.
A biscuit, yeah.
Biscuit, a cookie. Then I also asked him what's a brolly,
Oh, yeah, umbrella. Yep.
umbrella. And then I asked him what a sparky is.
An electrician. Yeah.
Electrician.
See, I'm nailing this.
You're nailing these.
I could be an Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know. Whoa. All right.
Well,
so
I'm not
setting
actually
up-
Australian, so
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, you have the most powerful passport in the world.
yeah,
You're
Singapore.
Singaporean. There you
But I
go.
have lived in Australia for over 20 years, so
That does make it, I think you can lay claim to an Australian. You got the accent down.
considering I'm 21,
Yeah. You kind of had no choice. Yeah. There you go. Well, very, very nice.
very nice. Got some
About it.
warming up. Oh, I don't know what
Yep.
Hamish is.
Hamish, fashionably late, we'll call it. I'm sure he'll top his face up at some point, because I know that one-handed is probably his main event. Currently boasts a PR average of sub 11, 10.92. I know that was a mark that took him a little while to get. Obviously, a new competitor last year, and maybe took a little bit to get over those competition nerves. But 10.92, I'm pretty sure, is on the quicker side for him. So, looking forward to see what he can do in his first competition of the new year, 2026.
Do you remember your first comp?
Oh yeah, my first
Oh.
comp was Melbourne Summer,
Melbourne Summer.
2021. It was the first competition in Victoria post-COVID, and during that break in 2020, that was when I really started practicing blind, and so I came to my first comp with high hopes. In retrospect, far too high. But yeah, I ended up on the first day of the competition getting my first gold medal in 4 blind, which was really, really cool. And I think I got 3rd in Australia at the time. And then multi-blind, I won that the day after.
Doing multi-blind at your first comp is insane.
I had set my expectations far too high for that. I'd gotten, at that point at home, I think 1 attempt, maybe 1 or 2 attempts that were better than the OCR that Jack Kai had at the time. And I had really high hopes of kind of coming on the scene, and then because no one was expecting anything of me, just having no pressure and then breaking that. But yeah, I think you can't escape the eyes on you when you go to the submission table and you pile 34 cubes on the table. It's well, I guess I'm putting pressure on myself to do well now. I think that's the most important person to put pressure on. But anywho,
I do think
We,
cubing is like that though. Mostly you're competing against yourself, rather than
yeah,
other
but I mean,
people.
I definitely wanted something sufficient to what I was hoping for at the time. But yeah, there you go.
Alright, so Elijah seems to have his first one now. Bit of a warm-up in.
Remember, we saw in the first round of Australian Nationals last year, Elijah Laporte nailed the national record that currently stands at 9.37. If we go onto his profile, I don't know if he's competed in one-handed since that competition. I think he might be coming off that hot streak. Yeah, in fact, that was the last competition he attended, was Nationals. How's that second block coming along? A lot of
pause.
turning, but there's not a lot of pieces being solved, unfortunately. It's not the start he would have been
and
after.
This timer stopped.
Yeah, and the timer stop wasn't quite there either. 12.95, that's definitely not the start that he would have been after. But he has 4 more solves in order to claw that back. It's nothing's said and done now. He's made the one mistake that you can afford to make, and now just has to lock in, as the kids would say,
Yeah.
for those last 4 solves. And he is definitely capable of doing that.
I think Hamish isn't here.
I would think not. We are unfortunately running a little bit behind schedule.
Maybe he went home.
He possibly might have. It's a bit unfortunate, but that's
Fush has his now.
Bush boasts a personal record average of, if I can find the page what I'm looking for. 10.32. That's actually quite fast. Obviously, we know that he has decent pedigree or above decent pedigree. He's a very, very good performer across the whole range of WC events. 11.41 is formidable start for Firstian. Got Charlie on station number 4, who's solving as well at the moment. So we'll pop over there.
That does look like Rue. I said
Yes,
12.
he does use Rue. Started with a 12.16 there. Yes, Charlie Eggins, we talked about him before. 11.53 his personal record average. Obviously, he's fresh off a brand new double world record in 3x3 blindfolded. So we look very much forward to seeing what he can muster up tomorrow. Fortunately, we didn't get the live stream quite up and running for 3x3 blindfolded in the upper room today, but he did get a nice set of scrambles. He got the same set of scrambles that Firstian got his 20.18 average on. I remember Firstian telling me he got sub 20. I think the emotional maths capabilities were kind of hindering it a little bit, but yeah, 20.18 was Firstian's average. Charlie said on a good day that was definitely world recordable. I'm not quite sure. I think he finished with a 13 or something like that, but 13 single, but a lot of those probably could have and should have been 12s if you ask him.
Yeah. Well, Elijah's got his now. Let's have a look at what he'll get.
Yeah, it's not the start that Elijah was after, 12.95. It's over 3 seconds worse than his current personal record average, taking as much time as possible to warm up. He's an experienced competitor, has a wealth of knowledge across quite a range of events. I remember the first time I noticed him was in clock finals in 2023 Nationals finals.
Wow.
He placed 6th place or something like that with a nice little personal record. But
very nice.
now, obviously turned his tack to one-handed. He was a fewest moves main for a little bit. Now got that one-handed average national record, and it seems like he's gunning for that sub 9 soon.
Which with a 12.
Elijah's found that orientation he's looking for, so let's see if we can catch a time here. It's looking all right. Oh, it's just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. 10.25 there for Elijah. So it's going to be a tough task for him to break that national record now. Even counting that 10.25, look, it's going to be tough. He'll probably need 3 solves, averaging around about like an 8.5 now to fix that up. But nonetheless, it is first round. Not sure quite what his routine's been like since that finals at Australian Nationals last year, but nonetheless, has made the trip down from Queensland for this competition.
Smiling and laughing.
Yeah,
he's not taking it too seriously. It is only just the first round. Having a good time. Have you been having a good time?
I've been having an awesome time. I think the lack of sleep. Maybe I should rephrase. The lack of sleep has not made me have good results, but it's made me enjoy the results that I have got. But it's so much fun just being able to see everybody. And I mean, all of the people that this comp brings, because I know a lot of people couldn't make it up last year, and there's a lot of people here that have never been to a Melbourne summer before, like yourself. So it's always a very special comp and a highlight of my yearly calendar. But
for sure. I've been having a great time.
It's hard not to have a good time in a Melbourne summer. The vibes here are really, really nice, and it's a beautiful place up at Diamond Creek. So there's never a shortage of things to be happy about while you're here, and the people at the comp is just a fraction of those things.
Yeah, I've been staying with some friends. We got Airbnb not too far away.
I think you stole the Airbnb that I was trying to get. I think I left it a little bit too late. Had to book a secondary one, but no, that's okay. Not a secondary one, but not the one that I was looking at getting originally.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Actually, the one we got originally, the guy didn't tell us that it was under construction.
Oh, well, that's a little bit of an issue then, isn't it?
He was like, "Oh, we're renovating one of the rooms," and I'm like, "Maybe don't put your house on Airbnb then."
That sounds like a you problem.
All right, Charlie has his next one. Having a look. Charlie wearing his blindfold all the time. Something different.
It's part of the branding at this point.
I think it is.
It is iconic, if I do say so myself, and indeed I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Charlie that CMLL done.
Oh, nice.
Got that cube at an angle on the table. Yeah, 1174. That's really nice. I think it was Charlie and I think Toby at some point were both pretty dialed in with the Roo practice for one-handed. First gen on station number 2. 15.88. Looks like he's trying to kind of what's the word? He's trying to dissect that solve and figure out what's going. He's doing an autopsy on it. It's pretty dead, unfortunately.
10:52. Oh, Elijah's going down.
Elijah has just started a warm up. Yeah, so we'll be keeping tabs on Elijah. It looks like the national record is going to be a tough task for him. Maybe just a little bit out of reach, but I'm sure he'd be after a good single. I think he's got a single somewhere in the 7s. But yeah, 7.64. Maybe that's the goal for now. I think he's very comfortably making finals no matter what. He's at a level that it's going to be hard for the other competitors to reach. But that second block just finished now at about 5. CMLL done around 7 or so. Yeah, it's in the better direction. 9.71. Top 10's just really no big deal for this guy.
Best time we've seen all day. Here's Charlie.
Did see Amy off stream had a bit of a pop off, I think, for a 972 or something like that. So I'm pretty sure that's if not a new personal record, then something close for her. 12.44 there for Charlie.
Amy, another really good all-rounder.
Absolutely. Probably hasn't had the spread of results she'd be hoping for at this competition. I know she didn't have quite a good day yesterday competing wise, and then obviously big blinds she's been putting a lot of practice into didn't quite go her way.
Still holds the female world records.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think it'll be too long before she's kind of sneaking in the conversation for OCRs and that kind of thing too. Obviously, she's already had one in her career, and it's probably been unlucky not to have a couple more NRs or something like that in clock. I remember had gone on a really big clock grind.
She did.
First competition back, I think DNF'd a 3.1 something low. That would have been national record single at the time. Just didn't quite work out for her at the time.
Bastion and Charlie both have the next one. Who starts first? Charlie's inspecting.
Yeah, they're both in inspection right now. So it's hard to say who we're going to try and keep tabs on. I think...
Still version for now. Here goes.
Charlie underway, about 5 seconds through at the moment, just off stream. Keep on. Oh yeah, no, it looks like Charlie's properly stuffed up and has just about given up now. So keep eyes on Firstian. Probably around about a 12. Yeah, 12:33 there for Firstian. A little bit of a grimace and a wry smile there.
Charlie over here. Oh no. This is not going
Charlie
well
is still solving.
He's switched to
got
default.
27.
27.
Very, very nice. Those are around about the times I get if I try and use Rue at the moment. So very nicely done, Charlie. I don't think he's been placing too much importance on his one-handed results at this competition. But yeah, obviously he's got the big dance 3x3 blindfolded tomorrow, and then more than likely he'll be making that head-to-head finals that we'll have at the end of the day. Reminder, that's the WCA first head-to-head finals.
I'm so excited for that.
I am extremely excited for that as well. I don't think we've seen Hamish Bassig. I think Hamish Bassig, you're right, is just not going to be competing. I think maybe he's just gone. As we said before, we are running a little bit behind schedule, unfortunately, so it is possible.
Did he compete earlier?
That, yeah, competed in 3x3. I saw at least that much, but yeah, it's looking like, unfortunately, maybe schedule's just running a little bit too slow for him. Maybe there's other commitments there.
Second last, I think.
You'll see it's Elijah on the right-hand side of your screen. A little bit of a locky turning. I'm not seeing much movement. It's probably going to be around about another 10 or so sub, maybe. 11.23 there for Elijah. Accounting solve, unfortunately. So yeah, hard finish to the day. It's obviously been a long day for a lot of these competitors, so a bit understandable if you're not performing at your absolute best. We've got another long day ahead, so let's try and conserve energy while we can and finish strong.
I think Elijah has one more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No,
Push
Elijah
finish with a 11:17.
Yeah, 12:22 average there for Firstian. should be quite comfortably making the finals, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see. It is top 20.
And that's not too far off what he usually gets.
No, it's about the mark that's probably going to be mid-pack, maybe just a little bit bottom half. But I haven't seen that many people doing particularly well. So we'll just wait on Elijah Laporte to close out the day for us. A lovely day 2 of Melbourne Summer 2026.
It went by so fast.
Oh, yeah. It always has a habit of doing that sort of thing. I mean, time flies when you're having fun, as the saying goes. And
That's
I think
true.
there's no place more true for that than Melbourne Summer.
Yeah.
Always is a hoot.
It's been fun. I think I'll come back.
That'd be nice. I hope it has made a good impression on your first interstate competitions.
Yeah.
Everything you hoped and dreamed for.
It was.
Content brain is very satisfied.
Yeah, I've been getting, I've been having a really fun time.
Alrighty, closing out the show, got Elijah Laporte. Lucky last solve of the day before we will love you and leave you. Let's see if we can finish with a bang. Last solve left. He will want to make it count.
Locking in.
Sub 10 would be a good way to finish the day, but we'll see how the cards fall. It's like he has found an orientation, it looks like.
Couple of blocks and green.
It was looking pretty alright, possibly for Rue, but let's see how he starts.
Nice
Pretty
and
solid
fast.
turning to start. Very fluid first 2 blocks. The recognition on the CMLL a little bit slow. Should be a sub 10, I'd think. Yeah, 9.58. He gets that best possible average, so 10.4. I'd imagine that does pretty comfortably win him the round. It looks like a couple of other competitors haven't quite performed up to their personal record standards, so I believe it to be that is a round-winning performance from Elijah, and we'll be seeing him in the finals somewhere at the top.
Yeah, I think that is the best that we've seen today.
Yeah, we did see David Epstein. I don't know if he was on stream, but he's another one of our competitors who's made the switch to Rue recently. He made the switch to Rue during his exam season for Year 12 last year, just as like as something to do that's not maybe too practice intensive, but it looks like he's taking that and rolling with it. So yeah, 11.31.
PR for him.
It is a PR for David Epstein.
Nice.
Not that far behind Felix, only 0.04 of a second slower on the average. Yeah, Elijah Laporte, once he gets put in though, he will be just shy of a second clear of the rest of the field. So congrats, Elijah.
Yeah.
Just picking up where he left off from Australian Nationals, really.
Amazing. And I think that closes out the stream for Melbourne Summer.
Yes, so that is the final event of the day. Obviously, we have the mystery event for those competitors that are sticking around, but unfortunately will not be broadcasting that one. So
You
we
wanna
will
find
see.
out?
Yes, keep up to date with the social media. Follow Speedcubing Australia on Instagram, Facebook, all of the above. Anywhere else you find Speedcubing Australia.
Mainly Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, those are the big 2, as they say.
But
all right.
what do you think the mystery event will be? If you had to guess.
It's hard to go past like a bracket tournament of some kind, but it's really up to anyone's guess. The organisers seem to keep outdoing themselves on the mystery event year after year, so I'm very, very keen to see what that would be
Yeah.
as soon as it gets announced. But anyway. But yes, thank you very much, Wade, for hopping on the live stream. Thank
Thanks,
you very
Michael.
much, all of you, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the live stream today, and we'll see all of you tomorrow, concluding with the very first WCA head-to-head finals.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.